Good afternoon and welcome to the central Wheatbelt of Western Australia. Today we're at the magnificent Ben Cubbin Community Recreation Centre for the 2021 CBH Group Central Wheatbelt Football Grand Final between Koorda and the Mukinbudin Rams. We thank league sponsors, including David Gray's AgLink, Local Supporting Locals, CBH Group, Macintosh & Son, Do More, AFGRI, Gypsum Supplies, CSBP, Borgolt Nutrient and Bendigo Bank Mukinbudin. We also thank our broadcast partners, including Dartfish, Australia's most used coaching tool, Sports Interactive, creating better players one coach at a time, Filming Footy, live stream and game day filming specialists. Please welcome your commentary team led by Cam Robbins.
And Koorda, so yeah, Muck have got to be the underdogs, and but they've got some real talent in that squad, so it could be a potential win for them if they play well.
Well, look, Koorda were the underdogs in the hockey, and obviously they've got the lollies over the far court. Really good atmosphere too. There's netball during as well. National Anthem's on.
Yep, standard.
Standard version.
This is the first half, so that'll be alright. At least it's not the Kiwi one.
Great effort there by Sally. Good effort under extreme pressure, but she came through with her curtains. Don't you worry about it. Well done, Sally. Good atmosphere here, Luke. Ground's looking very good. Your tip, mate, and the reason why.
Yeah, couldn't have picked a better day, really. You boys are a bit spoiled over here now with the shade over the heads. You've under the beating sun before.
Sun on the nose.
Yeah. So, it should be a good game. Koorda have been the team to beat all year, so I think they might just edge ahead. Just they've got a bit more experience under their belts in playing finals as well. So but that's my tip. Yep.
Tip, Koorda. Robbie?
Yeah, well, Koorda are pretty hard to go past, Cam, but last time they played pre-COVID, these two, Koorda got out to an early start in the first quarter and then just walked away with the game without any sort of resistance. So Mucka got a bit of a sting in their belly from that still, you would hope, even though it's a couple of years ago. But Mucka's got some squad talent there. I'm just going to say could be really close. I reckon if Koorda are going to win, they'll win easy. But if Mucka win, they might just win by a close one.
So closer than you think?
Mucka by a goal, I reckon.
Mucka by a goal, and Mukinbudin, they are in the green, Koorda are in the maroon. And thanks for your company this afternoon. Beautiful drive up here today. Geez, a lot of beautiful scenery on the way up. Very good range, good crops there. Rob, you're pretty happy with that, mate?
You must have come past a few of Robbie's.
Just got in a bit quick there, Yates. Would have gone through the tunnel of yellow down there just before you get halfway to Ben Cubbin. And young Luke's driveway is looking pretty nice there with a sea of canola sitting on a $1,200 a hectare gross margin there, I reckon.
No wonder Luke's happy, mate. He might have to buy me Kroner after game, mate. He's happy days.
I think he'll be right, yeah. He should be good for it.
So just about starting the game here. Ben Cubbin Oval, and David Gray is the major sponsor on the scoreboard. Thanks very much. Umpires putting the ball up in the air. We are away in this grand final, the 2021 Central Wheatbelt Grand Final. Brilliant leap then by Shadbolt. Brings the ball forward. Kick off the ball is okay by Rosie on his right. Kicks the half forward flank. Shown a bit of run and carry. Went behind him. Koorda, handball's okay. Put his player on extreme pressure. In front of him.
Golis putting a bit of pressure on there. He could be one of the big players of the game for Mucka.
And Mucka got the one high. Umpire says totally agree with that. So good kick here to Mukinbudin.
Yeah, 16. It's Campbell Brandis, a young local lad.
A good strong kick, Mark. Hots up very well, and taking a good strong mark there is
Tim
the
Sippy.
captain.
Tim Sippy.
And well done by Koorda on the far side. The Rob, you're out and about. Kicked over the half back flank. Kick into space, trying to find his teammate over there in Anderson. He's overran it. Good little toe bake forward. Good tackle then by Mukinbudin. That's holding the ball 10 times out of 10. Good effort by them. They can switch the play. No, good defensive pressure then by Koorda, so they kick the ball straight down the line, but he's going to turn the ball, Rob, straight back over. A shocking kick there.
This will be a good kick. He's a good kick of the foot. He's not his best, that one, but it's in the forward 50, so there's a chance they've picked it up, crumbed it nicely here.
That could be the first goal, and it is. Excellent goal then to Koorda, to number 11 in Rowan Fleeton. He has kicked a beautiful kick, but aided by a very lucky bounce there, Rob.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was just an opportunist sort of kick into the forward 50, and Mucka really should have done better there and got on top of that and tied it up at least. But good roving, and he's put it through.
Front and centre, mate. Very good goal. Handy. And
that's where he kicks his goals from, Fleets. Yeah. Drummond packs. That's where he's kicked a lot of goals this year.
Very smart, wasn't he, Luke? He just allowed it to bounce and then just knew where the goals was and put it straight on the board. So it hasn't taken Koorda too long to put the first goal on the scoreboard here. It's in the centre of the ground once again. Umpire's going to throw the ball up.
Yeah,
once again,
that Boyne for Koorda in the ruck. Here we go. Mucker straight out of the centre with a right foot kick forward.
Koorda, Mucker, kick around the corner too. Oh, that's not a bad kick into the breeze and just touched on the boundary line. Good effort by Caleb Shedbolt. Must be something with a Shedbolt ward up here in Mukinbudin. There's about 10 of them in the side, Luke.
Yeah, not wrong. They're usually all playing in the back line too. So Caleb played in the forward line last week and kicked a few goals. So hopefully he kicks a few today.
Geez, that's a great kick out of line. Finds Roach.
Rayner Wells, is it? 16.
And decides to switch. Surely took. That's a kick. That's a dangerous opposition there. So Mataggart there, Kerwin Mataggart has a kick there, Rob.
Yep, young fella, 19 or 20-year-old. He's developing into a really good footballer. He's a Rising Star winner for the association this year.
And hits up Josie Jarvis right in the bullseye here at beautiful oval here. Kicks down the line, tries to find, this guy's been lively, Anderson. Keeps his pace very well. Kicks around the corner, does Anderson, might run onto a goal.
That was close.
A minor point was Anderson. But geez, they've started well.
They have, yeah. Mucker are going to do something about this pretty quick. They don't want to let these guys get out and get loose on them. They're going to have to really tighten up on the pressure, I think.
So, doing the kick-in orders here, and the Mukinbudin defender. He goes down the line trying to find his teammate. Good kick and good mark.
Played on too. Good opportunity to run it down the wing.
It's one of the Shadbolts. About
Joel Shadbolt.
Trying to find his teammate over there in Brandis. Great rack. Second effort by Brandis was sensational.
This could be interesting. Got 3 young fellas in there.
Good on there, boys. Bit of no Christmas cards to either side there, Rob.
Old school rivalry there, I think.
Nothing wrong with that, mate. Tell them who's boss early. Fantastic. Shadbolt doing the ruck work. He's out ruck. This time then by Bourne. He was good. Over the ball once again there was Greaves.
Young Greaves got in
hard.
Could
be holding the ball, could be in trouble, and it is. As the crowd said, Robbie's been doing it all day.
Careful, his old man will be down here banging you on the shoulder shortly.
And that's a 50.
Well, yeah, that's just a little bit of young exuberant enthusiasm there.
It's a Mukinbudin opportunity now.
Kicking from
number 30, haven't got in the budget there. Number 30.
Tyler Smith showing on my list.
Tyler Smith, number 30. So Smith is about 30 metres out into a bit of a breeze. Tucking the half-forward flank to Smith. Geez, good kick. Aims it right and stays right, Rob.
Yeah, no,
you would have kicked that, mate.
Never coming back from there, I don't think so, mate.
Any person recover from a heart attack, mate, you would have kicked that one 9 times out of 10.
Tyler came in for Ben Congdon, hurt his knee last week, so Tyler's brother of Blake Smith, been in the countryside a few times, state countryside.
Yeah, multiple Jeffreys winner, Beagley medal winner, Jeffreys medal winner here at the Central Wheatbelt.
So Jared Shellbot marks and good kick, finds his teammate in the middle of the ground.
It's got to be Reggie Jones there, is it, Luke?
I can't tell the difference between Reggie and Ra, so it's one of them.
Yeah, no.
They both usually get a fair bit of it.
Yeah, I think it was 33.
Yep.
So umpire's call played on here. Kicks it to the hot spot there, over the top.
Good fly, that's Reggie.
Geez, he's good below his knees. Oh, put the tackle on. That's a brilliant tackle. Holding the ball 9 times out of 10. Yeah. Good defensive tackle then by the defender there in Koorda, Rob.
Yep, just try to get a look, see who it is. You can turn
and 50 as well. Good to see the umpires putting their stamp on this ground here. Pretty famous umpires out there at the minute.
Experience here today.
Mitch Foot.
Mitch Foot, right, okay. He's playing down deep in the back line.
Short 50.
Called play on now.
On his left foot. Kicks it to a hot spot. Oh, boy, lack of talk there. Koorda players both sport each other.
Did well to land on his feet there.
And Corbett on the right, kicks it to the hot spot once again, down the back, well done by Koorda. Here's the guy who kicked the first goal, he might kick another one. I tell you what he has!
That's a great goal. Left foot, is he a natural left footer or is that his offside?
It's actually
Rowan Fletton, another one.
Rob Rowd, it actually is.
Rob Rowd, is it?
Coach,
number 8. Yeah, he's coming to the bench now, he's going to have a little rest. So he's the coach of Koorda, has done for quite a few years now.
Well, kick a goal and get yourself off, mate. He's done more than enough, Rob.
Yes.
Swapping with Cookie, another goal kicker.
Yeah, no shot.
When he's on.
It's a good early start so far on the Dave Gray scoreboard. See, Koorda 2 goals straight. 2-1-13. And Mukinbudin are 2 behinds there, Rob. Danger signs early for Mucka.
It is. Koorda's probably got an advantage of what little bit of breeze there is. It's sort of pushing across the ground to us. So, but I think they might just have a little advantage there behind them.
So Mukinbudin in the middle of the ground, push off the ball. It was Joe Menegola. Went back in again. Handball's okay. Through traffic, brilliant effort by that player. Picked up below his knee was Woods. He was very good.
Yep.
Kicks the ball the full forward. Koorda, well done. Sock it off the ground. They have the ball again. Do Mucka kick it to the forward pocket. Ball's okay. Bounces very nicely there for Sheed. No relation to Dom.
Brother.
Yep. Okay. Bit of family rivalry, no doubt, the Sheed family. Premiership player for the West Coast Eagles, obviously. So the Koorda have the numbers here. There's no one near him.
Pack's fallen over and it's just Koorda left standing.
It's a beautiful left foot kick. Let's lace out. Beautiful kick.
There's Chad Green. He's a stalwart from Koorda. Well, he's been one of our key best centre half backs over the journey for quite some time now. He's still got it.
Just reminds me a lot how you used to kick the ball, Rob.
Oh, jeez, Cam,
very good.
Digging well back into the archives now.
A good player yourself, but don't underestimate your ability. The Ben Harwich, good kick, and then lace out, found Joseph Jarvis. So Jarvis is just a touch forward of the 50-metre line. He reckons he's got the distance, Rob.
Yeah, well, he's got strong legs by the look of him. I'm going to back him, I reckon.
Absolutely. So Joseph Jarvis, right on the 50-metre mark. I tell you what, he's given that an absolute boost. And what a start here by Koorda. They have slammed on 3 goals. That's correct, 3 goals, 1. That's 19. That's on the David Gray scoreboard, and Koorda are only, and Mucka are only 2 points. Danger size there, Luke.
Yeah, that's just a stock standard Koorda start, really. They kick a few early goals and get their tail up a bit of confidence, and you can't let them get away too much because, it can blow out. But if Mucka keeps the pressure on, they might be able to get a couple back here.
Just the skills, Rob, early by Koorda. Like, they deliver the ball down the lines very well. Got some nice left-footed kicks. Reminds me a lot of the Hawthorn Footy Club with those raking left-footers, but very skillful side, aren't they, Koorda?
They have, yeah, and beautiful conditions, of course. There's no excuses for bad skills today. So,
and good defensive pressure once again by Koorda, the forward pocket there, and Edwards, the co-captain. Hitting the ball hard was Mucka, was Woods. It comes around the corner. Again, he's just pulled that minor left. They are doing all their attacking so far.
They're playing like they really want this game. So, Mucka are just going to have to lift their rating here a bit. If they're not careful, it could get ugly.
Fantastic crowd here, Rob. I reckon close to 1,000 at the moment.
Yeah, I guess so. It's hard to guess, but centrally located within the district of the Central Wheatbelt here. So pulls a few in from even some of the neighbouring districts, the Avon and Eastern districts. Mortlop come over for a look. Yeah.
There's Greaves, has it now, had to go back. Handball's okay in the back. Umpire's called advantage to Bourne. He decides to switch the play and finds the player kick one of the first goals, and Fleet can switch the play again. We've got players everywhere at the moment. Well read then by Mukinbudin playing there, and Woodsy. Handball over the top. Here. Gets the 1-2 back. Woods, solo effort from Woods. Outside 50. He's just pushed that right, but good signs. Took the game on, Rob, and that's what you want.
Yeah, no, that's right. Koorda taking the risk, though. They're prepared to come through that corridor. So if Mucka can cut a few off there and expose them, they may get a chance to get a couple of quick ones on the rebound.
It's very quick, wasn't he? So Koorda decides to switch the play and finds Roach. Goes on the right. Good use of the footy once again by Koorda on that far side. The Dave Gray scoreboard, 3-2 to 3 points. Koorda in front. Running very hard is the Koorda player there in Foot.
Yep.
There's no one on him, so Foot decides to play on down the line to a one-on-one. Good defensive effort taken by Begley. It's good. Begley put his body on the line, but he's outnumbered 3 or 4 players. Koordas have the numbers around the footy. Woods was good.
First. Oh, yeah. Big swing and a miss with the soccer off the ground there. 23 from Mucka. Nick Priest.
So kicking the ball to the hot spot here. Courage under the ball was a beautiful effort by the defender there, and Blake Smith. Takes a lot of courage there.
Yeah, no,
back in old pack.
Seasoned old hand, tough old farmer. He's not scared of anything, is our Blakey.
So Blake Smith decides to kick the ball down the line. Right in front of us here at the moment. It's a one-on-one. Oh, good mark. Taken then by Brandis. Campbell Brandis.
Picked out his nephew nicely there.
Beautiful.
He standard that. That's a bit risky, but it's okay. Back to his uncle.
And Smith once again switches the play. Good passage of play here by Mucka. Controlling the ball very well at the moment. Rosette lowers his eyes.
Good lead.
Good kick. Good pass. And gets the mark there. There's no love lost between these sides. It's fantastic. So Sippy has the kick here. He decides to kick it, the ball to the half-forward flank. Numbers down the back. A well roved off the pack was by Ellis. That was sensational. The Koorda defender, he brings the ball in the corridor. They switch it all times to Koorda. They do once again, trying to find the teammate there in Anderson. Anderson
2-on-1 here.
Has a teammate over there. Well done. Found Greaves.
Brandis.
Greaves back to Anderson. He kicks on the right. Defensive pressure by Mukinbudin was very good. By Shadbolt. And second effort by them was fantastic. Tell you what, there's no easy kick out there,
no,
Rob.
They're starting up the ante a bit, aren't they?
Third income. There's no easy kick out there. Umpires call that holding the ball.
Wow.
And Wells can kick the ball in the right boot. He could have had a lot more time than he thought. And Jared Begley says, I want to give this opportunity to take a mark. Tucked away in the back pocket.
Jesse Booker there, actually, mate.
Is it?
Booker with the B.
Booker, okay.
Oh, he shanked that out in the full into the crowd. So that's not what they needed.
Certainly wasn't. I wish he was the other player's name there, Rob.
Yeah, no. JB would have kicked that one a bit further down the field, I think.
So Booker makes up that, redeems himself, finds Shadbolt. Handball over the top. Good passage of play here by Mucker. Had to go back, force themselves in a bit of trouble. And they bring the ball in the corridor. Good passage of play here now. They have it right in the bullseye here. And the Ben Carbonaro tries to play on, and he does do that down the line. It's a good kick to advantage to a one-on-one. Oh, good strong mark at the back.
Yeah, Reggie Jones.
Reggie Jones, just too big and too strong, Rob.
Yeah, look, I spoke to one of the legends of Mukinbudin earlier. He's coached a lot of footy and was Grant White, and he's of the belief that Reggie's going to need to kick 4 or 5 at least, he reckons, if Mucker are going to have an influence. So hopefully you put this one in and get on his way to getting the Mukinbudin train moving.
So there's Roach. Fired out, probably 35 metres out, directly in front. Probably aimed a little bit to the left goalpost there. Robin bring it back nicely. Taking his time as Reggie Jones.
It's okay, but it's fading.
Fading, and still a minor score to Mukinbudin. They are 4 points, and Koorda are 3 goals 2. That's on the David Gray scoreboard.
I think Reggie's sitting about 5 to 8 goals average over the finals. So
yeah, no, he's a pretty important part of their chances today.
Looks like takes a good strong mark, doesn't he, Luke? Decides to play on does Koorda. And good mark. This guy started the game extremely well. Was Rowan Fleet. He's kicked the goal in the first quarter. Kicks the ball down. A fantastic one-handed mark. Decides to play to the lows eyes. That's a lace out. Great kick. The skill level of Koorda early are absolutely sensational.
It's a really good lead too. You know, he's just hard and straight at the guy with the ball, and all he had to do was stick it up in front of his eyes. And here we are, Ryan Edwards.
Yeah, you can see why he's Jeffrey's medalist.
What's going on here?
Someone's ran into the line of the play, I think, so it's a turnover here.
Right, turnover.
Ooh, that was a lucky let off. I reckon he would have kicked that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mukinbudin can kick the ball down this far wing and right in front of a very, very packed crowd here. Atmosphere perfect. Can bars absolutely chockers. Playgrounds chocked. Absolutely picturesque atmosphere here. How else we want to spend a Saturday afternoon?
Wouldn't mind being out there playing.
That's right, you young blokes.
There's Miles Smythe on the right.
Oh, that was a massive hit.
Players.
The umpire says it's all okay.
Lower his knees.
That's a great goal.
Quarter for
Oh, that's a fantastic goal to Ben Harwich.
Yep.
Bowie
Harwich.
Great roving.
Front and centre.
Yep. Pack just exploded with one of the Mucker defenders coming back hard to the leading marking Koorda player, and ball fell out. He picked it up and banged straight through the middle.
Look, Edwards got a bit of a corky there, mate, on the right or left leg, I think. But, geez, he hit the ball hard, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Only knew one way. But a very lively start here by Koorda on the David Gray scoreboard. See then 4 goals 2. Mukinbudin are only 4 points. It's in the middle of the ground once again. Umpire throws the ball up doing the ruck work. This time it brings the ball to ground. That was Brooker. Overrunning the forward was Shadbolt. That's Liam Shadbolt. Shadbolt's coming everywhere at the moment.
They're not all brothers.
No.
A few cousins. And
the old man's too tied up in the league as well. We'll interview Johnny later on.
Yeah, he's got a boy out there, and Gerald.
He said he
Gerard, sorry.
He didn't want to do it because he thought he'd be a little bit biased. So
yeah, well, he does have trouble controlling himself sometimes.
Unlike you, Rob, you're a very calm, cool, collected person, similar to Luke.
They've got me on the beta blockers now, mate. Stops the heart rate going up. I should have had that 35 years ago when I was playing, possibly. Might have saved a few send-offs.
Yeah, it's about 50 metres out of the Koorda goal line. Good ruck work then done by Booker. That was very impressive. But once again, the numbers around the ball is okay. Caught in the hot spot. In front, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get it. And there's exactly what Joseph Jarvis said. He takes an easy mark in front.
Yeah, this is starting to look a bit concerning for Mukinbudin. I think Big Ian Clune, the coach of Muck, is going to have to start pulling a few levers here soon.
Luke, would you put someone down back early, mate, or just stick to the game plan and see the quarter out?
Well, I think just stick to the game plan. See the quarter out. They've 16 aside and playing the zones. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you'd do much good putting someone back at the moment. So you can't really blame the wind. It might be favouring that end just a touch, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Reece Boynes dominating this ruck knock. I'd like to see possibly Mucker have one of their centremen playing a bit more defensively there at the back of the ball up here.
Here he is again, Boyne, beautiful ruck work straight down the throat there of Anderson. He kicks the ball in the right foot, the centre half forward. There's a lot of clockwork out of the middle of the ground. Tried to find his teammate there in Edwards. Edwards very good around traffic, brings the ball into the centre corridor area. Pick up below his knees was fantastic there, and Root, the captain, goes around one way and brings it back. Great kick, great vision, good play, Koorda.
Yeah,
put on the clinic in the moment.
Yeah, just bringing it back into the hot spot there in front of the goals. Good disciplined stuff. They keep doing that all day. They're gonna win it easy.
Tell you what, this Anderson, he's got a lot of the footy early, I reckon.
This is Troy's 5th touch, so
5th there you go. Yep.
He's the runner-up fairest and best for the Jeffreys medal for the association this year.
Doesn't look pretty, but he's got the goal.
That's all they need, and that is number 6 on the Dave Gray scoreboard. Koorda have come out all guns blazing. They are 6 goals 2, and Mukinbudin unfortunately have only registered a few behinds. They haven't kicked a goal yet, Rob.
No, they've had a couple of opportunities that they'll be kicking themselves about, because had they have got them, it might have just given them a bit of momentum to get cranked up. They're kicking down towards the Perth end of the oval, and it's a little bit downhill there. So you want to take advantage of that when you've got it.
It's like driving down the hill, the Green Mount Hill, mate, isn't it? All downhill. So Booker doing the ruck work once again against Bourne, who's been sensational. The ruck, good start by him. He wins it again. He's just doing what he likes in the middle of the ground. But Mukinbudin have the ball there.
The goal has slipped through the traffic nicely and turned it back, then driven it long inside the 50 for Mucker. Good mark. Good. Caleb Shadbolt. Was
a good, strong contested mark by the vice captain.
Yeah, plenty of experience in Caleb here. Anyone's going to kick one, I think it could be him. The sort of guy they need to steady this.
He just settled the flow of the play here. It's a shed bolt, just short of the 50-metre mark. This is a beautiful kick-off boot. The Breeze just push it right for point number 5.
They're just having a bit of trouble reading that left to right wind, aren't they? It's
certainly are. And the Dave Gray scoreboard, Mukinbudin are 5 points and Koorda 6 goals 2. That's 32. And good start by them. So they can bring the ball out to Koorda and finds Liam Ellis.
Some good hard leading by the Koorda defenders here too, creating some space. Just taking his time.
There's Ellis, so Lyons decides to kick the ball down the line. It's effective and finds play there in Smythe. Smythe kicks the ball down the line again, using the ball extremely well, and good contested mark. And geez, they will move the ball well. There's Harwich.
Yeah, they've just brought it out of that deep pocket with almost no resistance, but had a smother off the boot here now. Jared Begley got in the action.
Shepherd off the ball was good by the Mukinbudin defender there in Begley.
Tim Sippy's leading up, good mark.
And kicks the ball a bit of space.
Got the numbers here now. Reggie Jones roving.
And Ras kicked this goal, I think, right on the pocket. I think that is a goal. Minor point. I thought the way the goal umpire looked there, Rob. And Luke, he might have kicked a beautiful goal, but...
Hope he brought his glasses.
Minor point only. So they decide to play on very quick to Koorda and finds Moral Smythe. He takes one bounce, takes another bounce. No one's coming to him, Smythe, so he kicks the ball down the line. Got a talk here. It's an easy lead up. And
Rayner Wells
decides to play on.
He's kicked it in quickly to the 50. Hayden Cook.
Handball is okay.
Yeah, gives it off. Shot on goal here.
And minor point. Once again, doing the attacking they are on the Dave Gray scoreboard. Koorda are 6 goals 3. And Mukinbudin at this stage are 6 points. And a fantastic slippery start by Koorda, Rob.
Yeah, they're looking really dangerous. A couple of changes coming here. There's got Aquinas versus Scotch College here about to come on.
This could be a good race. Good tussle on the wing, I reckon. They're pretty entertaining so far, Cam Brandis and Ryan Greaves.
So they decide to kick the ball down the line to Mukinbudin. Have the numbers here. Good strong mark. Umpire didn't pay it. Oh, what if that could be holding the ball? It's a great tackle.
Yeah.
And the umpire says, give the ball to me. Go nowhere. So it's a ball up. So the umpire does just that, throws it up. The ruck work once again by the play was good. Falls in the hand of Ryan Greaves. Greaves kicks the ball down the line. And a good mark. Take by Bo Harwich. His kick one is decided to play on. That's a beautiful
bit of a swinging arc.
And just about a good mark, but spilled over the line by Troy Anderson. It's not too much time left in this first quarter, Rob, and it's been a bit of one-way traffic at the moment for Koorda, who leads 6 goals 3 to 6 points.
Yeah, well, Mukinbudin don't want us to throw in here in the right forward pocket for Koorda, and Mucka really don't want to let him get one in here.
The umpire says throw that in.
Yep.
Get you more weedy, son, in the morning. Maybe you should add a Corona over his Wheatbix. He might be able to throw that in a bit higher. So that's a better. Throws it up a bit higher. 1-on-1. There's Menegolo at the back. He was good. Good smother off the ball. Was okay, wasn't by Smythe. He's been lively, Mark Smythe. Very impressive on that far wing. The umpire says, give the ball to me, or it's holding the ball. It's the ladder.
They're pretty hot on the holding the ball today, so I think Muck have got to take advantage of that. They've got to start laying some tackles when Koorda got the ball. They might get rewarded.
Campbell Prandis has that. Decides to kick the ball down the line, showing a bit of pace over the far side. There's Cade Woods, but unfortunately the boundary line is the best friend. And he says, give the ball to me.
Big Dino, he's not going to let much slide today, is he?
No, he's here to make an impression, obviously. He's not quite the best umpire in the league, you were saying, though.
No, his brother Reese is the golden whistle in the Central Wheatbelt, so Dean's got a bit of work to do to pip him there.
One day you umpire in AFL, the next day you're umpiring the final here.
Yeah, he wouldn't have expected to write that in his memoirs, would he?
Totally. It's the first buck. Geez, the crowd's building up now. I reckon it's 1,052 now, I reckon, off the cuff. Just beautiful crowd, great conditions. Oval's picture actually perfect. So Mucka have the ball now. Kick the ball, gained about 20 metres in the ground. Oh, sure, that's a tunnel there.
Yeah,
yep, well picked there, Rob. So Mitchell Foot will relieve the pressure for...
Hello, someone's gone to ground. There's a bit,
what's happened there?
Going on over there. Turned it over.
No, he's giving him 50.
Well.
Adam Squire.
Last thing Mucka need to be doing is making it any easier for them.
No. One thing I like about Koorda, mate, I'm a Subiaco man, mate, so the jumpers are like the mighty Lions, mate, so I'm pretty happy with that. Young nephew's playing for the Subi League at the moment. This afternoon, playing against East Perth, young Josh.
Oh, well, you'd be torn, wouldn't you? Going to play ACL Royals.
Smothered by Tim Sick.
Kicked into the man on the mark.
Good tackle.
That's
good pressure.
Yeah.
And nothing like telling him that's holding the ball too. And that's exactly what Reginald Jones said then. So do that, I'll get you once again. So he's defensive 50 here. Jones decides to lowers his eyes. Good kick. And finds a teammate in Blake Smith.
So just looking for something to present itself here, but things are a bit stagnant in the Mucka forward line.
So he kicks the ball to centre half forward. Numbers there everywhere for Koorda. Brings the ball to the ground. Roving very good with Smythe. He's been everywhere, Smythe, on that far wing. Down the line was okay. And boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. Wouldn't be too long to go in this first quarter, Rob. And the Dave Gray scoreboard sees Koorda 6 goals 3 and Mukinbudin are 6 points.
Yeah, well, I see it appears as though I think they've put Reggie Jones up into the midfield. He's been up there for a little while now, and he had that kick in, but got it across to Blake Smith, but there was just no one to kick to down there because he's their go-to guy for the goals, one of them. Koorda just all over him.
Certainly are. They go move the forward again, but well done by Mukinbudin. Body out those line was good. Handball's even better over the top there to Smith. Smith on the right from outside 50.
Kicks.
This is a fantastic kick. And that could be their first goal, and it is.
Well.
Outside 50.
That was a great running goal.
And boy, do they need that goal there, Rob.
Great handball up off the deck.
Absolutely, good below his knees.
Not sure.
Flicked the handball out, but run and carry by Blake Smith in the middle of the ground. He's kicked that one from outside 50. and rolling end on end, and they definitely needed that goal there. So the Dave Gray scoreboard sees Mukinbudin 1 goal 6 and Koorda are 6 goals 3.
Yeah. Could have been Jaiman a goal that flicked that up. He's been a bit quiet today. They need him to start firing in the guts there.
Yeah, so they've got him and Reggie in the centre there, and is that Jezza Shadbolt, the other guy in there. They're trying to put some of the heavy hitters in there to get it moving. This is too easy by Koorda. Young Greaves just handballs off to the player running past.
And the reach ruck work was good too, Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw, good decision by the umpire. And Nick Priest has the kick there, tucked away in the back pocket.
Who's going to lead up for him on the wing here? There's a bit of arm waving.
Oh, risky kick, but it comes off.
Gone through Blake Smith again. They've obviously decided they think he's... there's the siren
and
now.
that is quarter time here. Sees Koorda 6 goals 3, Mukinbudin 1 goal 6. That's on the Dave Gray scoreboard. Goal scores for each respected sides. 4 Koorda, 2 goals to Joseph Jarvis, 1 also to Root, to Fleeton, to Harwich and to Anderson. Single goal scores to Blake Smith, but a fantastic start by Koorda, Rob.
Yeah, look, it's almost a bit like what we saw a couple of years ago, this grand final between these two. So hopefully Mucka can get a bit of a rev up here at quarter time by Big Dooge Clune, and they can pull a few levers and see if they can get something that's going to give them a bit of help. But I do think they do possibly have a little bit of breeze at their back this time, this quarter. It's just a slight advantage, but there's not much in it.
Might be picking up a bit to help Mucka a bit in the next quarter.
Well, anything would be greatly appreciated, eh?
What I've noticed, Luke and Rob, is just the ball skills of Koorda. Each time they get the ball, Rob, they'll switch the play, and they're very precise kicking, and the lead up to space by Koorda, very, very good.
It's all the same names again too. It's Troy Anderson, Ryan Edwards, Greavesy, Robbie Rout and Miles Smythe are leading possession getters, so yeah, they're the boys that they need to shut down.
Smythe's been good on that far wing, hasn't he, Luke? He's just run and carry and very hard at the footy.
I think these guys have played a lot of footy together over the journey. Some of these Koorda recruits, they've come as a bit of a squad, and they've got the young kids around, local kids that are feeding off that, and like you say, got a very, very high standard of skills, and such a good day for it. Well drilled, good skills, hard to beat.
And they just don't know what you do this quarter there, Luke. If you're Mucka, you say, well, wipe that first quarter off, give it nerves, and just go back to the starting lot and start the second quarter again.
Mucka are much the same when they're on. They deliver it into those forwards beautifully when they've got the space there for Big Cam White and Reggie to run into. So, you never know what might come in the next quarter. Hopefully they can get the forwards moving around a bit and open up some space for them.
Good to see the Koorda girls here. They won the premiers in the hockey there, Rob. They're having a couple of frothers and champagnes, mate, and they're going to, in the sun there, Luke, I reckon by the end of the day, mate, they'll be half torn.
I think the Koorda Hotel is going to possibly come under a bit of duress there tonight. The old foundations could be rocking a bit.
Aren't you getting a lift back to Perth with Beck?
Nah, just let her think that. There's no way in hell I was getting in the car with her on a Sunday morning.
She might be needing a lift from someone else at this stage.
So. She's supposed to be going down to watch her boy playing his footy file, but I think you might have to get Grandma to go and do that.
Good handball, mate. So Dave Gray scoreboard quarter time sees Koorda 6 goals 3. Mukinbudin 1 goal 6, so 9 scoring shots to 7, but a lot of Mukinbudin's opportunities there, Rob, they've been under a bit of pressure.
Well, you'd think that's what Big Dooge Clune will be telling them. So look, guys, we've had almost the same amount of shots on goal, so it's just a case of tidying up some of the skills. I guess they've got to back themselves. They can't go into their shell. They're only going to win this game by kicking goals, but when they get their chances, they've just got to make sure they nail them.
They've got 2 very good ruckmans too, Koorda, haven't they? They're winning a lot of ruck works in the middle of ground there, Luke, and they're controlling the first hands on the ball. Yeah,
well, Jesse Booker and Joel Shadbolt, young fellas. Reece Boyne, he's been rucking for Koorda for a long time, so they're fairly young and athletic, the Mucka boys, but maybe just a bit of experience.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a younger, lighter midfield here at the moment, Mukinbudin. See Reggie Jones is heading back down forward, Caleb Shadbolt. I'd have been half tempted to put Caleb in there as a midfield, a bit of a sweeper behind this contest. He's got a good ability to read the ball and kick it over the line.
And probably like Luke said, they probably need more from Meningol in the middle of the ground, Luke. Like big, well-known player, and probably needs to do a bit more. So Miller Ground once again. Start of the second quarter. It's Koorda 6 goals 3. Mukinbudin 1 goal 6. Middle of the ground once again. Bit of knocked in by Shadbolt. He was good. Koorda soccer the ball off the ground. Bit of run and carries okay. Handball over the top was good. Found Greaves. Greaves went one way, went the other. Very nimble. Kicks the ball to space. Beautiful kick. Tried to find his teammate over the top there in Harwich. Harwich is tackled very nicely by the defender there from Mukinbudin in Woods. And the umpire says give the ball to me. But very good effort by Greaves through traffic, Rob.
Yeah, look, that ball just got tapped out of the, went forward too easily, and they just got out on that wing and away they go. So I really think they need to tighten up defensively in that midfield, Mukinbudin.
This could be holding the ball.
Yeah,
it is. They win that one.
Tyler Smith over the kick.
Tyler Smith sporting a nice ponytail. He goes on the right, the far wing. Spool over the top by the Chad Green was very, very good. Handball over the top, gets the 1-2 was Green.
Use of the body.
Yeah, he was, but he's been cleaned up. And good pressure then by both sides. So early stages of the second quarter. I'll put a timer on my stopwatch, boys, so I can know how we're going in the time for the quarter. So kicking off the ground once again, he's been prolific, hasn't he? Troy Anderson kicks the ball to the hot spot.
Oh,
handball back over the play was good. Unselfish effort by them. Koorda, they're just playing the teamwork. Every time they get the ball, they look for the better option.
Yep.
Yeah, and plenty of numbers, so plenty of options.
And Rainer Wells goes, thank you very much. No one on me, so Rob, I'm going to take an easy mark.
Yeah, well, this is happened there again. It just came over the back, got past that last line of defence for Mucker, and there was a guy waiting out the back, and he's hooked it around, and Rainer's got it, and should be an easy goal.
So Rainer Wells, 15 metres out. That's how you do it. He goes, thank you very much, straight over the goal umpire Swede for his first goal, but more importantly, goal number 7 for Koorda, Rob.
Yep, here we go again.
Yep, Dave Gray scoreboard. They are 7 goals 3, and Mukinbudin are 1 goal 6.
Crowd's in a bit of stunned silence at the moment, I think,
they
mate.
certainly are.
The Mucker faithful might have to get a bit vocal and try and rev their boys up a bit.
Or do you just do something? How you going, boys? Hello. How are you, mate? All right? So Miller Ground once again there, Rob.
Yep.
Just the skill work and the teamwork from Koorda from the first bounce has been evident.
Yeah, well, they're dominating these ruck taps. Big Reese Boyne here, bit of a veteran.
There's Bourne again.
Mucker's got that one straight to Koorda, but he's wrapped up straight away, which is what Mucker have got to do. They just can't let him loose.
No, there's Jarvis wrapped up in the tackle. He's over the ball again, is Jarvis. Bottom of the pack, trying to chisel the ball out there was Greaves. He overran it. Back on it was Greaves. Pressure was okay by his opposition player there in Brandis. And the umpire says, give the ball to me, going nowhere. So right in the bullseye here. Good ruck work then by Mucker. Tackle was okay. Good effort by them. Umpire says, give the ball to me. So good pressure. Early signs by Mucker there, Rob.
Yeah, that's better. That's what they've got to be doing.
Once again, the ruck work over the top was very good. Was Boyne. He was electric.
Bounce way out to Hayden Cook. Is it playing out of the midfield?
I read it very well for the Mukinbudin defender.
Right.
Was Woods. He was good.
Rowdy.
The kick was ordinary, but Brandis was very good below his knees. If it stands up, or he overran it.
Fumbles and missed it.
Under a bit of pressure. So Koorda can go back and kick the ball to space. And good spool over the top. And good effort then by the defender there, and Nicky Priest for Mukinbudin.
He's actually got good eyes. You got those binoculars out again, have you?
Can see you, mate. Quite happy to use it there, mate.
Oh,
have a look at those. Autofocus there, Rob. They're good.
Could be handy at midnight.
So boundary line throw in. We've just gone 3 minutes of this second quarter on the Dave Gray scoreboard. See Koorda 7 goals 3. Mukinbudin are 1 goal 6. So the boundary umpire's going to throw the ball in on that far side in front of that light pole. So brings the ball to the ground. Roving off his own ball there was Ebbs, the captain. He's been good. He's sat on it, been pressured. The umpire says give the ball to me once again. So pressure so far. Both sides, Luke's been okay.
Yeah, that's right, yep. Those young Woods boys are starting to get amongst it. They're little excitement machines off the wings and the half back. So Mucker's got plenty of space down forward now, so if they can start getting the ball out clean, yeah, they might be able to get...
Oh, what a great mark over the top.
Great mark.
Paid that, he has.
It certainly has.
See, the water boy was in front of me.
Campbell, that was a great mark. Kicked
John
the ball down the
Menegola.
line and
John Menegola, absolute hang.
ripper.
A bit like his Uncle Toddy, that one.
Yep, and Caleb Chabot takes another mark. So the kick and a half out from goals. Kick the ball down the line to a one-on-one.
Oh,
good mark.
big
Read it
mismatch
very well.
Wicker Green.
Wicker just too smart. Back line.
He read it well, didn't he?
Yeah, young Sippy's just giving away a few inches there. Sorry, Patterson.
Kicks his left foot, falls in the hand there. Kicked off the ball was okay, was Boyne. He's been the dominant ruckman so far. Boyne for Koorda. Handball's so good. The run and carry by Koorda was sensational, and the kick to space was even better. And they're doing what they like in the moment. Koorda.
They're running forward in droves.
2 on 1 here in a pocket. 20 metres out. Good pressure, and that's good pressure by the Mukinbudin defender.
Throw in.
It certainly is. Packed crowd here. Bencomen Oval.
Jai Meningola's got himself behind the ball here on Reece Boyne, so it could be an opportunity here to run off him if the ball gets loose.
Have it now. Kick around the corner was okay then by Edwards, the captain. Brings the ball to ground. The 1-2 is okay. This is going to be another gimme. And he'll tell you what, he's missed.
Ooh.
9 times out of 10 he would have kicked that with Wells, but he's pushed that one left. Interesting stat for me, Rob, and also Luke, is going to be how many champagnes and beers the girls are drunk from Koorda, because they started doing the calling and the Bencomen local girls in hockey. So we'll see how they go by the end of the game.
Yeah, how'd you go with Beck and Sean?
Oh, they're sensational girls. Yeah, very good. Geez, very knowledgeable.
We should have got him here to do the footy as well.
They wanted to do
just keep the champagne up to them.
They'll be okay. The bottom of the pack there is Boyne. He was good through traffic, lowers his eyes, kicks the ball to centre half forward. Oh, good hit then by...
Great hit by Jazza Shadbolt.
Certainly was. The Mukinbudin defender was sensational. He's come off second
Woods.
best the quarter. And there's Woods again
Shadbolt
on the left. Beautiful
nice
kick.
Oh, it's a bit of a trip. There's going to be a free in there, you would have thought.
I would have thought so.
It's a bit of interference, surely.
Umpire said no, it wasn't. So he's decided to play on.
Rebound down the wing for
There's
Koorda.
Anderson. He's been good, Anderson.
You've got to hang on to him, young.
Yeah, should have done a war that with the
That's a great
defender.
kick too.
Yeah, Woods. And just used the ball so well and chipped the ball over the top, and all by himself there is Rowan Fleet, and he kicks the ball to the...
Hanging in the air.
Oh, good courageous mark.
Strong mark.
You knew the contact was going to come, Rod.
Did. Protected the drop of the ball.
And did not. And number 20 there for Koorda. Mole Smythe takes a good mark. Being one of the best on the ground, Rob. Mole Smythe.
Yeah, no, he's just been steady all day, hasn't he?
Thank you.
Smythe, that's a beautiful
on the bar,
kick
right?
off the boot. He's kicked that one lace high. That is another goal to Koorda, and Mole Smythe has nailed another goal for his side. That's his first. More importantly, Rob, it's Koorda's 8th.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a bloody long quarter if this keeps up for Mukinbudin. They're going to have to try and chisel a few back here somehow just to try and give themselves a bit of a hope in the second half.
Mucker nearly made a start or something there with that delivery into Whitey, but yeah, he just copped an ankle tap and didn't quite take the mark. So
The gravity was against him. He come to ground, ball spilled out, and away it went.
Tyler Smythe coming off there for Mukinbudin with a claret run through in his gob there. Rob probably got a nice one there and a bit of tomato sauce over his lips. Middle of ground once again. Mucker have it. Good tackle then by the player there in Joel Shadbolt. It's a good second effort by the big ruckman, Rob.
Yeah, he's given a free kick. A bit of a follow through on that tackle there. So I think the umpire's pinged him for overuse of the force on the tackle.
So Ben Harrich, so it's not Ben Harrich, it's
Robbie
Rout on the right. Beautiful kick to space. Jeez, they deliver the ball well to Koorda.
Got to stop that. Doesn't matter how good a backman you are.
Jeez, the use of the footy by them.
They're coming in through the right side here too, Koorda. I think that's where Mucker made some mistakes. They were attacking from this right forward pocket. Koorda being disciplined, going out that scoreboard side, David Gray's scoreboard. Put it in with the wind.
So 45 metres out.
Ryan Edwards shouldn't miss
Big
here.
Angle.
Big Greg Yates hasn't moved.
Geez, he knows your players, does Lukey Yates. That's Ryan Wells' second goal, both in this quarter.
Ryan Edwards, Jeffrey's medalist it was.
Yeah. Geez, a good
and
goal,
leading goal scorer for the year.
Sensational effort, wasn't it? Just what do you do now? In a bit of trouble at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking a little bit lost now.
Shell shocked they are.
Yeah,
Rob.
there's a few walking around with their head down.
Yeah,
Got to try and get over that somehow.
8-4 to 1-6. You go in at half time, Rob, and you start again.
Yep.
So we've just gone close to 9 minutes of the second quarter. And so far this quarter have kicked 3 and Muck have yet to trouble the goal score.
Yeah, so
Scoreboard area.
Caleb Shadbolt's gone into the midfield, but his handball went through the legs of the...
Oh, caught one high. Sure, it was the Koorda player there in Fleeton. The umpire didn't see it, I did, but Fleeton gets it again. Well done. Courage personified by Fleeton.
First
Kick around the corner was okay, then by Harwich on the right.
Got a decision here for something. Free kick in front of goals for Koorda.
And another easy effort for them.
Koorda just want it more at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, well, Mucka had a bit of a crack there in that play, but Koorda just stood up to it and eventually came away with it.
So an easy opportunity here for Wells. Should be a gimme, no doubt. Luke, you'd probably kick this one on your
Wells, he'll kick this, yep.
Luke is not a renowned goal,
isn't he?
No.
Unfortunately, he's very
Plays
flashy.
down back.
I can show you how not to kick him.
He's a great gatherer of the ball at high speed. Just can't slow himself down sometimes to finish it off.
So on the Dave Gray scoreboard, boys, it's starting to get fairly ugly now.
You're not getting a touch of deja vu at all, the Big Red from 2019.
2019, yeah.
Grand final, rematch.
It is starting to go a bit that way. It was hard to find some positives for Mukinbudin that day as well.
So Dave Gray scoreboard sees Koorda 10 goals 4 and Mukinbudin 1 goal 6. And beautiful paint side on the far side of the scoreboard done by you, Luke. That's clear as mud, mate, over there. Fantastic.
Good handwriting, isn't it, mate?
Very good, mate. Very good. It's middle of ground once again.
Good throw up.
Mucka have it now.
Right, that's what they need to do. They need to get some of the grunt out of the middle.
Jones kicks it.
Goal.
Top, surely. Umpire said no, it wasn't.
Well,
should probably get another one here too.
Could be in trouble here, Menegola. Tried to get the handball out.
Mucka's got numbers here. Something should happen.
Nice handball by Timmy Patterson.
Was by Patterson.
Hacks it forward. Wicker
on the other end of it.
He's dropped it, but he's gathered it again pretty quickly.
Kicks over the far side. Koorda for the numbers here. Stands up, will be okay.
Nick Smith's gone at him. I think that's...
went at it. Second effort was okay. Uses non-preferred.
Fired on.
So it's Chatty Green and turns the ball over. So it happens on the opposite foot.
Number 2 for Jesse Booker for Mukinbudin. Good mark.
And caught that.
Big hit from Cam White. Bit of frustration there from the
old school. I thought it could have been a
Presidente.
Yeah. Mitch Foot doesn't really worry about too much.
Beautiful left foot kick by Foot. Good contest. Well done then by the Mukinbudin defender.
Fatal.
How good effort that was Jones. Reginald Jones was courage personified by him. Now there's a lot of players on the bottom of the ball, but we'll take a bow, Jones. When you're down by 9 goals, if that doesn't lift you, Rob, I don't know what will.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of these older, more mature-bodied blokes are starting to go a bit harder, and I think that's just what they're going to have to do. Throw a bit at Koorda and see if they stand up to it or not. You can't die wondering.
So Mukinbudin kicked the ball forward, 1-on-1. Oh, great effort by the back. Well done.
He's missed it.
But he's missed.
Kicked the wrong side of the ball.
But he did well. He was outnumbered then. He was in the wrong spot.
He got caught under it, didn't he?
Got a hand in there and
did very, very well.
Himself a second chance.
So on the Dave Gray scoreboard, see Koorda 10 goals 4, Mukinbudin 1 goal 6. And Koorda can relieve the pressure in the back half of the ground. Beautiful kick down the half-back flank.
Commentary side.
Once again, Jones over it. Second effort was okay.
Patterson, he lost it.
And
got it again.
It's been tackled and could be holding the ball. Umpire said, give the ball to me. Benefit of the doubt. It says, give it to me. So right in front of us here. So Phil umpire throws the ball up. Ruckwick was okay, outnumbered.
Second tap.
Good tap by Jesse Booker.
In the Woods.
And he's gathered it again.
Booker's second effort was okay. Koorda had it. Smother was good off the boot.
Woods. Reggie Jones hacks it forward into the pocket. And a good gather by Caleb Shadbolt.
Takes one. Can handball over the top. The size go his own.
Gone too hard.
Can't buy a trick at the moment, these boys.
Caleb Shadbolt should have handballed the ball over the top. Because the person over the top there was Sippy by himself, Rob.
Well, he would have made sure of it. It's a bit unfortunate. But it was certainly a lot better build-up.
Certainly was. So they go down the line. They caught a good kick then by Sheed on the right. Gained a lot of meterage, did Sheed. And a good defensive mark's been taken by the Koorda defender. And
Smythe again.
And Smythe, he's been everywhere. Luke kicks the ball, gains a bit of pace and carry over the top. Just this use of the footy again by Koorda. They just chip until someone's into space. Exactly what they've done here.
Here comes the match-up of the day again. Both heading off. Cam Brandis and Greavesy.
Good mark over the top then by Koorda. I think might be Roach, the big ruckman there, Rob.
Yeah, he's a fair lump of a lad over there on the far side.
So it wasn't Roach, it was Wells.
Wells.
So he's going to go. He's kicked 2 this quarter, Luke. Very impressive second quarter. He's now going for goal number 3. He's about 45 metres out.
Yeah. He broke his wrist earlier in the season, otherwise he might have been up there with the leading goal scorers there. He's been pretty handy in front of the goals when he's been out there.
So here he is, Wells, 40 metres out. Yep. Deliberate shot of goals.
Nice drop, nice kick.
Kicked it right on the 50. Good effort.
Skinny.
Pulled it left, stayed left for a minor point. So the Dave Gray scoreboard, C Koorda 10 goals 5, Mukinbudin 1 goals 8. Check the ball over, the time was okay. Umpire said going to bring it back to the goal square. So the Mukinbudin defender brings it back. Bit of rule should come in the commentary box here with Johnny Shedbolt shortly. He's getting warmed up.
The big grand wizard.
Over the top finds Liam Shedbolt. I wonder if that's any relation, the young fella.
Oh, they're all
Shedbolt
related,
to Shedbolt. They're everywhere here at Mukinbudin. Over the top was okay. Mucka carry. Just inside banana. Tried to gain a few minutes. There's nothing to kick to, so good effort by that player.
Read it well. He's chipped back here to... intercepted by...
Koorda once again the numbers. Over the top was okay. Hit the ball over Cook. Was Cook. Cook was impressive. Decides to play on to Koorda. Goes straight down the line to a 1-on-1 down the line. Good shot mark by Koorda.
That was a great
sensational.
He had the mark.
There was a 2-on-1 there, but great mark.
Stood his ground.
Yeah, KG Jezza was just cruising around the back of that pack for that ball to come over, and
reminds me a lot of yours.
Just didn't happen.
Reminds me a lot of marks you used to take, Robbie Brakel, mate. Strong, courageous in front, mate. 9 times out of 10. He's been one of the best on the ground, hasn't he, Miles Smythe? He's kicked 1 this quarter as well, going for goal number 2. So Miles Smythe straight out in front, straight over the goal umpire's head. He says thank you very much, and that's starting to get very ugly now on the Dave Gray scoreboard. Sees Koorda 10 goals 5, Mukinbudin 1 goals 8. Maybe this guy to your right might have to get him on the ground. There, Rob.
Yeah, what have we got here? Number 23 for Mucka just coming on. Nick Priest. Sorry, gee. Oh, the guy on the right. Yeah, the old... Well...
Sorry, the young.
He would have a go. There's not much he doesn't have a go at still. He'll be playing the bagpipes tonight.
Really?
Old Johnny Shedbolt. Yeah, no, he doesn't go far on the Wheatbelt without a set of bagpipes in the boot of his car to have a bit of a celebration.
Very motor skill.
On the front bar of the pub.
Beautiful. Middle of the ground once again. Ruckwork is okay. He's been very good. The ruckman there, Roach.
He's called a high tackle. Wow.
And another kick there to Koorda. Umpire set to play on. So he kicks the ball straight down the lines as the centre half full 1-on-1. Bring the ball to ground. Numbers everywhere. Oh, that's another gimme around the corner. And it's like shell and please at the moment here for Koorda. And that play once again, Luke Miles Smythe.
Yep, not bad if you hit the goal umpire on the full. He's been everywhere today, Smythe.
Very interesting. Yeah, they kicked 6 in the first and now they've kicked 6 in the second. So very consistent effort by Koorda. And that's probably why they've only dropped 1 game all season, Rob.
Yeah, no, they're a really well-oiled machine. There's no doubt about that. And now they're just rolling the rotations here. It's going to be really hard for
Mukinbudin ladies on the right. They're going to go in for another frothy, mate, at half time. They said, bugger it, I want another drink. So Miller ground once again. Koorda.
Dropping the ball.
That's holding the ball 10 times out of 10, and it is.
Been really good on that today, I reckon. They're holding the ball, dropping the ball. They've rewarded the tackler.
Dean Margetts couldn't have been in a better spot.
J-Man and goal has just smacked that forward.
Great mark.
Second grab, got a
great effort.
He shouldn't miss this one.
Right, that's what we need from Mukinbudin.
He's tried his guts out, Jones. Has been okay for Mukinbudin, I reckon.
Yeah, he's done a bit of time in the midfield and had to do a bit of hard running before trying to get back defensively. So that's going to take its toll on him. They're going to need to get him up forward now and again for a bit of a spell. Hopefully he can kick this, give him a little bit of hope.
So coach comes off for a well-earned rest. He's done okay.
Holding the arm there. The elbow's a bit of a tweak.
So here is Reginald Jones. Probably 25 metres out directly in front. Hopefully this puts Mukinbudin's second goal on the Dave Gray scoreboard. So here he is, Jones. Deliberate shot of goals.
Bit of
and tell you what, you pump a tyres up, mate, they'll let you down.
It's just,
Sums up the day at the moment, is it? 1 goals 9 to 12-5, and that's on the Dave Gray scoreboard.
Yeah, playing without luck at the moment, but they say you make your own luck.
Kick off the boot was okay.
Oh, that's out of bounds.
Is it touch? Was that for the cup?
Nearly knocked the cup off.
Jeez, he knocked the Taggart trophy over. That would have been tragic.
So bounce umpires.
Matty Dunn to throw it in.
Matt Dunn, he's a big strong lad. He's used to throwing a few lambs in the cradle. Should be able to guck this one up. Beautiful.
Good throw in by the young fella.
Great tap by Cam White there.
Tackle. Oh, he's just got the kick away.
Just did. Sling, but it was okay. Umpire didn't see it. Prowse at the back.
Oh, no.
Have the numbers here. Oh, well done. Pick below his knee was very good by Anderson. He was okay.
Smythe again.
He's been
Handball
everywhere.
out.
Smythe decides to play over the
Go
top there to
Harwich.
Harwich on the right.
Kick to the goal.
Outside 50 and running there for a minor point. Brandis and Greaves with each other. A bit of a love tackle in the middle of the stomach.
He's still playing silly ball.
Still trying to get his breath, I think.
Yeah. Well, he might have.
So the Dave Graves scoreboard is 12 goals, 5 to Mukinbudin, 1
Sure,
goals,
he's trying
9.
to catch his breath, or whether he's counting them.
As long as you've got 2 in your hand, Rob, you're okay, I reckon.
Back tap there.
So decide to play on Mukinbudin. I tell you what, he's kicked that
That's
off.
worked beautiful.
That's one of the worst kicks I ever seen.
Just
But
went straight
falls back into his hand, so that's okay.
The goal in front.
Trying to
Traps it
go
well.
good. Handball was even better. Good passage of play here by Mukinbudin. Running and carry was okay. Good kick into space there by Blake Smith.
Cam White in front position.
Dropped an
Couldn't
easy
hold it.
mark.
Oh, they just.
Knew there's going to be someone coming from behind Rob and just dropped his head.
Well, he's an old, experienced player. He shouldn't be doing that.
It's a windsock over the far ground. It's really coming this way, isn't it, the wind?
It is. You can feel it in our faces here, can't we?
Yep. Ruckwork was very good once again over the top by Roach. He's been sensational all afternoon for Koorda. Below his knee was okay. Good effort in by young Timmy Patterson. That took a lot of courage. And they can go forward here. The numbers out here. Throw Ra on his right boot. Beautiful kick. That's a push in the back. 9 times out of 10. He's pushed him right in the middle of the hammer and tack.
Righto, Tim Sippy.
Tim Sippy would usually mark that, even with the push in the back.
Would
So, yep.
Yeah, he's a former David Gray's employee. You'd think he'd like to get his
name on the David Gray scoreboard.
He's just got back from a holiday in Broome a couple of weeks ago, so
It looks like he's carrying a bit, mate.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's dropped it. He's a few too many Matzos up there.
could be.
So here he is.
Blood crabs.
Timmy Sippy.
He's kicked the goal anyway.
Good kick.
Chris Kirby, so that's it. That's a
Certainly
goal.
needed that. Did Mucker. So the locals around this oval. Sirens going off. And that is their second goal on the Dave Gray scoreboard. So the former Dave Gray employee kicks himself a goal. And it's 2 goals 9 versus 12 goals 6. Koorda up by just close to 10 goals.
Yep, and as the wise president of the country football has just pointed out, the young ladies are heading for the afternoon tea shed.
Going to get the first spot in the line.
Any chance they could look after the commentators? White and none. And they
Might be able to send Johnny up to get us a few sausage rolls, I
that'd be
reckon.
nice.
I think it's got to be some nice cake or something.
Yeah, with the ground once again.
Muck,
Well done. That's
better.
better by Muck. Good attack at the foot.
Tyler Smith, but he's kicked it the wrong way.
He came off a bit of clarity earlier on, but he's having a crack. Look at him run, and that is
Well,
half time here. Sees Koorda 12 goals 6 to Mukinbudin 2 goals 9. Major goal scorers for Koorda. 3 goals to Morg Smythe. That were all in that quarter. 2 goals also to Wells. 2 also to Jarvis, and single goal scorers to Fleeton, to Edwards, to Rao, to Harwich, and to Anderson.
Jeez.
And single goal scorers to Sippy and also to Smith.
wow. Yeah, that was a bit of a, well, how do you describe it? A bit of a lesson in football there for Mukinbudin from Koorda. That's just, textbook stuff. Just dominated that quarter. I don't really know what Mucker can do, but they did try and lift a couple there. I think there's a few guys that suddenly decide they need to pick up the pace and get in there and try and get those loose balls first, because that's what's been happening. Koorda just been getting first to the ball all day. The skill level's just too good. They're just keeping possession, taking great clutch marks in the forward line, and kicking truly.
And we're going to have some special guests. We might even get Georgie.
Yeah, big Georgie Storer, and perhaps
Georgie.
you want to get John Shadbold on at the same time.
Georgie and John, we'll talk them both. Solve the problems of the world.
All right, I'll catch you a bit later.
Don't have heaps of cable there, George.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
Put that on there.
The bar's going.
Seasons come and seasons go. But one thing always stays the same. and that's the people. It's what makes working the bins such a rewarding experience. Because while you might arrive as a worker, you'll leave as a mate. And just like the seasons, you're sure to see a familiar face again down the road. Apply now for a CBH summer job.
Welcome back to halftime. Here's a couple of special guests. Here is George Storer, the Central Wheatbelt President. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, Cam.
You're pretty happy with the crowd here?
Very good, very good. Yes, it's a great crowd. It's a great day, and it's good weather. It's going well. It's going well.
And also to my right, Johnny Shadbolt, a veteran. You know anything about country footy, Johnny? You do, mate. How are you?
No, I'm well, thanks, Cam. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here at Ben Cubbon.
Oh, it is, mate. It's just
fantastic crowd.
Just what do you think of the game so far, mate? It's
very much one-sided, unfortunately, Cam. Koorda are just too big and too strong and too well drilled for our boys.
Yep.
For the Mucker boys, I should say.
Yep.
But they're my boys, yeah. So, but I don't think anyone's giving anyone too much free time. Everyone's having a red hot go.
And how's the country footy league looking itself, mate? Pretty healthy?
We're really pleased with the way we are at this stage. We've got very close to the commission, and we spent last weekend with the commission up in Gerald, so they sort of got more of an understanding of country footy, and not just in their landscape, but what it actually means to the country. The amount of players, the amount of people that are attracted to the game, and what it does for all our communities, you know, and things like mental health and that sort of stuff, you know. So they're actually working out that we're doing a good job.
John, I was just saying to the girls who called the hockey game earlier on, and a couple of lasses just saying how affected in the COVID, you know, and particularly when they're closed down, you don't realise how key it is to be involved in a sporting club, particularly from that mental health aspect. And when we went into lockdown, there's a lot of people who actually couldn't participate and get involved, and you didn't realise how important it is to be involved in a sporting club.
Oh, absolutely.
They actually might have turned them off.
We did a survey last year for those that did, the leagues that did play and the leagues that didn't, and there was a definitely marked change in people's perceptions of the world, if I could put it that way, for those that played that last year, and the ways that the teams that didn't play had was definitely a lot of downside for them, because they had nowhere to go, nowhere to express themselves.
Yep.
They couldn't go and have a good time. Yeah,
absolutely. Hey, Gary, George to my left, mate. Your involvement, heard a rumour that you mightn't been going on after this year. Is that right?
Oh, that's the plan at this stage, Cam. Yes, yep. I've been around for about 7 years now, and 3 as president, and. We had 1 year off last year, so that was a bit of a break. But this year's been a bit up and down, but we've muddled through, and it's been really good with the help we've had from all the clubs. We did have a few shutdowns with COVID, but we managed to squeeze the games in, so we've managed to play all our games, and which has worked out really well, because it was going to be awkward if we couldn't play all the games. It tends to get a bit unfair for certain clubs, but we've managed to fit them all in, and. It's been a great year, so yes, this hopefully is the last year.
So how did your story, mate, how did you get involved in footy in the country town?
It's a bit like everything, Cam. You do what you have to do, and there's only a few of us out here nowadays, and people say, oh, you reckon you could just do this or do that, and people just without fail stand up and do it. So I got involved as a director that because we had a vacancy when Ian Stanley stepped down. I went on to bigger and better things, and so I stepped up as a director with no intention of ever becoming president.
Yep.
But the president that was moved on, and we all looked at each other and they said, well, someone's got to do it. And I said, yeah, well, it's not going to be me. So 3 years later. So I've had a fair crack at it, and it's been great fun. And we've had a great bunch of people to work with, but it's time for someone else to do it for a while, so that's the plan.
But sitting back here and just seeing the crowd, and we travelled up from Perth today, and just the atmosphere here. You had the netball grand final going on in here, you had a hockey grand final going on, you got a grand final, just the atmosphere. It's hard to describe, Peter. I had 4 years in Craft and 1 year in Essence. I've done 5 years in the country, and they try to explain to people what sport means in the country to people in the city, mate. They've got no idea, John.
No, that's right, Cam. We've had this model going for a long, long time, and at Central Wheatbelt, and the current directorship and all of those that were before them have been fine-tuning this thing for a long time, and it's just it works absolutely perfectly. When we had the commission up for our first and second semi-final, which is all run on the same day with 2 games of footy, hockey and netball, and then our awards after it, and the comment was afterwards, we've got to go and see DSR and run this model statewide.
What you should do, like all about it, is everyone congregating as one central sporting group, and that's exactly what you've done. And so the people have gone for the netball, so the girls had to play netball, then they've quickly changed and gone and played hockey, and then they've come to watch footy. It's just that camaraderie and the network. It's brilliant.
And it just brings everyone together on that day too. Sorry, John. As I said here before, it's nothing to have all 6 towns represented on the same day, and to get all the Central Wheatbelt sporting clubs together on one day just makes for an absolutely great day.
It's interesting because you're so close-knit, aren't you? Okay, once the siren's gone here, the white line, okay, Koorda will probably win, don't get me wrong. Guaranteed over here be Koorda, Mukinbudin lads having a beer, talking about what happened, and everything's forgotten, and then they start having a few drinks and enjoying themselves again.
Oh yeah, that's always the go. I mean, you give it a red hot go out out on the oval, whatever stays on the oval, usually. What goes on the oval
stays on the oval.
But I've never seen it spill over, in my time. But it's good. We've got a great relationship with all the clubs, as George said, and through the whole lot. And as I said, it's a great model.
Oh, absolutely. And obviously the fee, but you get a lot of support from the local governments. Obviously, this oval's in Mickey Mouse condition here today.
Yep. Yeah. All the shires put in a certain amount of money each year for the upkeep, and it also employs a executive officer who is, as I said in Kalani a couple of weeks ago, we might be the directors, but dear old Sally's the glue that keeps the whole thing together and working. Yep. And every time we don't get something quite right, don't worry, Sal's probably fixed it by then. So we've got all that we need to work it together, and then on top of that, we've got so many people that are just happy to do whatever it needs doing, and the volunteers and they run everything from the gate to the timekeeping to the goal umpiring. It's all voluntary, and it just makes for a great season and a great way of doing it.
Well, even over the side, I was having a chat to the hockey ladies before, because it's obviously it's sand on, but she said volunteers actually rake that up, mark it all out. They do everything like volunteers. Unbelievable. Yep. Probably like the scoreboard here, the marking the lines. It's all done by volunteers, and if the volunteers didn't do it, local government would have to pick that up, and they'd charge shitloads more, to be honest. So once again, the volunteering in the country is very, very important.
It is absolutely. Can I have a bit of a plug for the mental health?
Absolutely, John. Go for it.
Issues. Country footy's running, and they did last year. We did last year a questionnaire on how you're feeling through the footy season. We had a good number last year because we were running with one Young Lives Matter with the University of WA, and that survey's online at the moment. We've had I think 612 respondents so far getting to the end of the season. We'd like to get up to 1,000, so if everybody's listening, go onto the WACFL website and look for the survey, and please fill it in.
Thanks very much, John. And just going, if you're the coach of, I'll go to you, John, if you're the coach of Mucka, what would you do this quarter? Wipe the half off and go out and try to get some respectably back on the score?
I think you'd have to do that, Cam. You can't sort of dwell on what's happened. You've got to look at trying to, make the next half yours. I think they've got to actually be more committed to the ball and talk and work out where each other is and work together. It's pretty simple stuff, really.
Absolutely. Also, mate, what would you do? You're coach of Mukinbudin. There, George, what would you do?
I'd just give the ball to Koorda. No, look, they're trying their hardest, and they've been very good all season. Koorda has just... Look, most of them are Kalgoorlie boys. I'll give the Kalgoorlie boys a plug. They play together. They want to play together. They train together, and they're very fit and they work together, and they work really well as a team. And I don't know what I'm not a coach, so I don't know what the answer is. I suggest kick more goals maybe, but they've just got to get hold of the footy, and we're not. The Koorda boys are not letting them. I've got to be a bit careful. Do what John did. No, it's not we, it's them. But look, it's a final. Anything can happen, and if they have a good quarter, it could be on. So all power to Mucka. I hope they really do come back and make a contest of it.
Absolutely. So on behalf of everyone, John, thank you very much for Australia Country Footy League President. Thanks for everything you do for footy right across the state. And I'm a bit biased. I reckon country folks are far more hospital and friendly than metro people, but I'm a little bit biased, mate. Thanks for everything you do. Also, George, well done to you, mate, and all the best. Well up for you in the future.
Yep.
Hopefully someone will step in for your position,
sure
and then you can enjoy yourself. So
someone will stand up.
Hopefully, thanks so much for your time, both George and also John, and I'm staying here overnight, so I'm going to join you guys for a couple of beers after the game.
Okay, cheers. Thanks, Cameron. Thanks for what you do, mate. It's great stuff. This is the next step for us, streaming this footy live, and so everyone can see it all around the world. So join in, tune in and watch it and listen to it, and hopefully we have a great last half of footy here.
Thanks very much there, John, and thanks also much for George as well, George Story, and also Johnny Shadbolt, once president of the Central Wheatbelt Footy League and once the president of the Country Footy League. Thanks very much for your time, guys, and let's have a good second half.
Thanks, Cam. Been a pleasure.
Thanks, Cam.
Seasons come and seasons go. But one thing always stays the same. And that's the people. It's what makes working the bins such a rewarding experience. Because while you might arrive as a worker, you'll leave as a mate. And just like the seasons, you're sure to see a familiar face again down the road. Apply now for a CBH summer job.
We are David Gray's AgLink, WA's largest independent, locally owned and operated agricultural distribution business, keeping profits in Western Australia. Visit our website at localsupportinglocals.com.au.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Filming Footy. In the last 4 years, Filming Footy has become the single largest provider of vision for grassroots football in Australia.
This game is very important for Trinity Aquinas, Brett. They're sitting 6th with 5 wins and 6 losses.
With an average of 150 matches filmed every weekend, leagues, clubs, players, families and supporters are able to watch local footy, either live or on a replay network.
The North Beach Company sitting on top with 2 clear wins, whereas Fremantle CBC sitting in 5th.
In 2022, it is our aim to have every league across Western Australia filmed and have the match of the round live streamed.
This is marked by Trinity Aquinas, brings the ball to the ground. Umpires call play done. Chandler handballs, he was impressive.
Player there and Michael Wright. He goes by hand to Harry Taylor. Harry Taylor throws it on his left boot, shoots on goal. And Harry Taylor's got his first in a Northampton jumper. And a good way for the champion to start the game. Harry Taylor.
Filming Footy, live stream and game day recording specialists.
Now up about to start. Absolute privilege to interview such 2 lovely blokes in Johnny Shadbolt and George Tour. They're just 2 fantastic guys who put in so much amount of time for the game and the sport we love in footy. There, Robbie.
Yeah, definitely, mate. They've both been real big contributors to the Wheatbelt and the association and.
But what's John doing behind the scenes too? All this mental health support, mate, is so important there, Rob. And it's just absolutely privileged to know a guy like John and also George. So about to start the second half here. What can Mukinbudin do? They're 2-9. They're Charles Koorda 12 goal 6. And we'll let Robbie take this first bounce away.
Boyne for Koorda. Neutral knocks, gone sideways out to the Koorda player. And forward Koorda go again.
Absolutely. Look at their service. Cup of tea, afternoon tea. How good's that, Robbie? Don't get that in the city, mate.
No, you wouldn't see that down at the waffle level, let alone up the stadium.
So going down again, Mukinbudin. This is a better kick to space. Oh, spool over the top was okay. Cruises to the bottom, kept his feet, lowers his eyes, chips the ball to space, and no one in particular. There's players everywhere for Mukinbudin. Handball over the top was okay. Run and carry was good. Brandis on the right. Ordinary kick. Side.
Needs a left foot, that lad.
And I'll just describe what I've got here, boys. I've got a scone. I've got a ham and cheese sanger. I've also got a rum ball. And I've got a little bit of a homemade chocolate slice and a cup of tea. You guys are drinking Coronas, but I'll make sure I have 10 of those after I finish this game.
Yeah, well, you're going to earn it, mate. You're doing the lion's share of the work here, so you're going to need a bit of neck oil.
Handball over the top was okay. Mukinbudin have it. Kicked over the top was okay. Oh, courageous effort then by the Koorda player.
Out here if he can get there first. He's sort of foxing. He's won it. Cage.
Yeah. I can hear these boys anyway.
God, he's
so smother.
That was we don't pay that here. It's play on. Play at all costs.
Kick ball over the line and good courageous smart by the Koorda player running hard at the footy. Was Taggart on the right. Kicks the ball then to Greaves. Ordinary kick off the boot was Greaves. Kicks the ball to centre half. Ball down below his knees.
Just talking to his old man, Jared Shadbolt went through there with a bit of gusto and missed.
And Jarvis was too smart. Kicked the ball over the top to Anderson, and that is a relayed free kick or a goal.
Anyhow.
Didn't matter here. And I tell you what,
Troy Anderson again.
Troy Anderson.
Runner up first and best.
He's had a game out tonight. Here, Luke, it's been very impressive.
I was just about to go and give Jai Menangola a bit of a talk up there and mention about his uncle Todd. He's a dead ringer for him actually. He played for Richmond, you might remember.
Oh yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
big footy name.
Okay.
Yeah, and his old man Phil's here. He was a premiership coach, I think, at Mukinbudin. So Menangola's been.
Do you know in relation to the Menangola playing for Geelong? Is it in relation to the Geelong?
I don't know. No, you have to ask someone in the family, but I'm not sure. I don't think so.
So Mukinbudin have it. Handball was okay. Smith through traffic was okay. So this play stepped up well. Greaves. Handball was okay.
Yeah, just straight back to him. He's got it again. Give it away. Menangola's got this time.
Good tackle. Each time he's had the pill, there's been about 3 or 4 Koorda players right onto him.
Yep.
And the umpire said, just get out of the road here. There's a bit of huff and puff here. Just give the ball to me. I'm going to throw it up. So at the back. Over the top there, okay, was by Taggart again on the right. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Ball over the top. Surely got that Mukinbudin player high. Umpire said no, he didn't. The play was Edwards. Went back it again, did Edwards. Second effort was better. Geez, they tackle hard, the Koorda boys, but that one's a little bit too high. And the player from Mukinbudin did not like that one iota.
It's been a good bollocking there from Nick Priest from Mukinbudin. Big frame bloke. He's coming out of the back line there. He's got to be a bit more of that if they're going to make an influence on this game.
But once again, Mukinbudin, Rob, they've outnumbered 3-1 here. Koorda have the numbers. They're just playing with the moment. Handball is okay. Can draw the top play over the top. And Anderson stood under the tackle. Anderson, but he's turned it straight back over. This better here by Mukinbudin. Handballs to nowhere. But kick the ball over the line. That's better.
Yeah,
Hold,
Jones.
run and carry. And a good effort there by Jones.
Right, so
might be a long way out there. He's about going to be kicking just over 50, I think.
Yeah. Just make I think the mark could be just inside the 50 metres. So
it's beautiful white, beautiful orange or pink boots, aren't they, Jonesy? Can he put this one through for Mukinbudin's third goal? The trial at the moment, Dave Gray scoreboard 13-6 to 2-9. So here is Reginald Jones, 45 metres out. Take a good kick from there.
Pretty sweet.
Tell you what, that's a beautiful kick. Absolutely beautiful kick, but just touched on the line for a minor point. So Dave Gray scoreboard, the 2 goals 10. We'll call that a force behind Rob, and Koorda are 13-6.
Yep, and Mukinbudin 2 goals. Yeah, it's a long way back.
It is, and they can play on again. He's been pretty impressive, Harwich. Kick over the top was okay. Try to find his teammate there. Stace, he's been tackled from behind. It could be relayed free kick, and it is.
A bit late, that one.
Pretty good kick under pressure. Just sent it into the 50-metre arc there.
And Wells is going for goal number 3. So can he kick this one, Luke? You know this player well.
Yeah, Wellsy should be able to kick this one.
Luke's back in the end.
Pretty reliable.
So here he is, Wellsy. 40 metres out, directly in front. He's already kicked 2. Both of those in the second quarter. He's going for goal number 3. There's Wells. Stuttering approach at the ball. Beautiful kick off the boot. And just pushed it a little bit right for a minor score.
All right, let's see what Mukinbudin can build here.
This is Day Grade scoreboard. 13-7 Koorda, and Mukinbudin are 2 goals 10.
Caleb Shadbolt's put a good long hard lead out to this commentary flank.
And good strong mark.
Great mark.
Great mark.
Yeah, Mitch Foot right on his hammer there.
Caleb Shadbolt and kicks the ball into space. It's a risky kick, but it comes off.
Joy Menangola.
And finds Menangola. Menangola back to Chadbolt. Maintaining possession of the footy they are at the moment. Mukinbudin right in front of us. So Chadbolt again doesn't know what to do, so he just kicks the ball down the line. Easy ball from the point. And Greaves at the bottom, he's overran it. On this non-preferred that's out of bounds on the full.
Coming away at grandstand.
And
got a touch, Buck.
I have. I've got a kick. It's come under the table.
Now, one thing you've got to learn as a coach, Rob, you've got to learn how to kick both sides of your footy, mate. And unfortunately, that one's a Barry Crock and it's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, no,
in the hands of Caleb Shadbolt again.
Nice
another state country player.
Another possession by him. And Tyler Swift sporting a bit of claret earlier on, but he's good to see him back out in the ground. He's
got on the helicopter punt.
Oh, lack of talk.
Really worked.
Balls are packed, handball over the top. Once again, the run and the carry by Koorda. They have numbers.
Oh, he's fended that off.
Kept the ball straight in play.
Who was that?
Kicked the ball down the line.
Fleeting again.
Kicked one in the first quarter, did Fleeting, and the first goal of the game. Have the numbers there. Had to know when to kick to Koorda, so had to go back. Handball over the top to the coach. If the coach calls it, you obviously got to give it to him.
Dunks away, Woods.
Traffic was okay.
Yeah, one on here.
Tucked on that. Good tackle.
They've got a chance of breaking out here if they can get,
well
get
done.
one loose.
Through traffic was sensational. Was Jones. Brilliant effort by him. Trying to find his teammate. And there's Anderson everywhere. He's overrun it. Jones, second
really
effort. Well done.
Needs some help now, though.
Good hip and shoulder then by the Koorda player there, and foot. Stood under the contest well. And Koorda kicked the ball to centre half forward, and good defensive marks taken by Nick Priest there.
Righto, he needs to get it out that far wing and the scoreboard wing and get it moving, but it's kicked it straight to a Koorda player. Oh, frustrating stuff from big dude coach Ian Clune. He'll be pulling what hair he's got out.
Handball over the top. Kick was okay. They have numbers once again. Can turn around and give you an easy. Oh, he kicks in the man on the mark. Good work by the Mukinbudin defender. Outnumbered. Brilliant effort by them. Does that spy the team on there, Rob?
Jezza Shadbolt, not the tallest bloke out there. Got the smuller.
There's only one shorter than him out there, I think.
Tell you, that's a fantastic kick.
Yeah, they still get a goal.
Straight over the goal umpire's head. I think that's Roach who's kicked that one. And good goal by him. And there's more little pain to the backside of Mukinbudin because they did so well defensively back, outnumbered. The ball came back with interest and another easy goal.
Yeah, they threw everything at it. Ball went outside 50, then comes straight back in for an easy goal. It's tough going.
It is the Dave Gray scoreboard. See Koorda 14-7, Mukinbudin 2-10. So 12 scoring shots to 21, but Koorda being that dominant this game.
Right, there's some whistles going here. Something's happening with the numbers in the square, I think.
What's happened to you?
One too many back.
Oh, you've
for Koorda.
Got his own system, haven't we?
Yep. Chad Mannis, umpire, picking up on that.
Good on him.
Oh, that's a foot to the face from Joel Shadbolt.
It was Bruce Lee there for a minute. Kung Fu fighting.
He certainly was. God,
Jeepers.
That was...
wax on, wax off, one of the two, but geez.
They need to try anything they can. I don't know if that's it, though.
The ruckman's about 6'6", and he got him in the chops with his foot.
Absolutely. Oh, a tackle from behind in the back. Or play on, it's the ladder. Have the ball now. Through traffic was sensational. And
That's
this might be
not
touched off. It could be another goal. And Joseph Jarvis has nailed his third. He's kicked 2 in the first. He's nailed another one in the third. And I tell you what, getting even uglier for the minute here, Luke.
They're just so damaging when it gets in the 50 for Koorda. They, anytime Koorda boys get near the ball, it bounces up to them and seem to be able to get it for the big one. So,
just have noticed just the ability, Rob, to run and carry and just deliver the ball with precision, aren't they, Koorda?
Yeah, look, they're in a class of their own at the moment. You wouldn't think that they could be that much better in a grand final like this, but they did it 2 years ago as well. So it's a shocking case of deja vu for Mukinbudin, unfortunately.
Well done by Joel Shadbolt. Second effort was fantastic. They go straight through the corridor here. Through Caleb Shadbolt. Shadbolt to Shadbolt. Would have done that a few times in the backyard, those lads. Oh, great mark over the top.
That's what we need a bit more of.
Katie Woods, come on down. Taking an absolute pearling mark. Decides to kick the ball down on by Woods. Fantastic. I should have let the ball run on. It might have been a goal, but it is now.
What's happened?
It touched right on the goal score. It is. That's a highlight. Fantastic mark, wasn't it there, Rob? Reminds me a lot of you in your heyday,
no,
mate.
No, not at all. I was never good at getting off the ground, mate. Less a yellow card for me.
Ball comes to ground. Koorda have the numbers. McKnight was very good on the right. McTaggart was okay.
Strong
Pushed the ball off the boot there. There's a Mukinbudin defender. Disguised it extremely well.
Good strong tackle over the
Tyler
line
Smith
into the crowd.
And Tyler Smith said, look, mate, I had claret midway through the second. I don't want claret again. And
there's another blood rule.
Blood rule again. Tell you what, has been
Wellsy.
Bit of blood coming from that right eye.
Well, there you go.
No doubt, get a bit of magic spray on there, Rob, and you get straight back on the ground.
I'd say so, mate. A bit of super glue or something. stick it back together.
They hurt too when they cut like that, the super glue. Have the ball through traffic was okay. This good by Mukinbudin. Throw the ball on the right boot.
All right, Sippy, strong
mark,
work.
Sippy.
Yeah. Now, he's got to move this reasonably quickly, but he's got to find something to kick to.
Jeez, that's a great kick. What a great kick.
Oh,
that's 50 metres, I would have thought.
Yeah, it's a bit of debate going on.
It's either 50, you're dead right there, Luke. It's either 50 or play on.
That's right, yep.
You can't just have one or the other. He's had 2 bob each way, the umpire.
That's the advantage.
Oh, he's about taking a one-hander there. He's been very quietly held, hasn't he, Cam White? Has it any...
No real influence at all. The Mukinbudin Football Club president.
Ryan Edwards with a bit of
Oh, jeez, he's in the bar.
Bit of speed there.
He's done well too. Hasn't been one weak leak in the quarter side.
Not the greatest
Puts his teammate under pressure, but Edwards goes one way, goes the other. Kick around the corner's okay.
Bit of a hospital kick.
Forward. Hospital kick. Oh, good mark over the top. Surely. Yeah, fair call by the umpire.
Smythe again.
He's been very good. And the opportunity once again for Smythe. One of the best on the ground, Luke would have thought, this kid. Miles Smythe decides to kick the ball to the hot spot. 1-on-1 to space. Good courage by the defender, but stood his ground excellently. And a little kick around the corner. And he's picked up a minor point. He had a lot more time than he thought with that ball there, Rob.
I thought it was going through from this angle, actually. But big Greggy Yates fathered a couple of pretty handy footballs.
He's pretty handy himself, apparently.
He was, yeah. I had to try and ruck against the big man when I first came home from school. He was...
You'd have loved that.
6'4", yeah. They said, you're over 6 foot, kid. You're jumping up against big Greg Yates today, the Premier Ruckman of the Central Wheatbelt of the day. But he's a hell of a nice bloke, great bloke to play against and learn from.
I think Michael Capp might have had his measure back in the day.
Yeah, well, Cappy was away quite a bit in those days. He was down near Carney and Avon. So it was,
Hayden Cook tackled without it.
Yeah, not too long to go now in this third quarter.
Cookie's within range there, I would have thought too.
Well, he's played on. He's away now.
Outside 50.
Looks pretty good.
That's a beautiful kick off the boot. And that is another goal to Hayden Cook. That's his first.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't want him to fire up and start kicking goals.
No, it could get really ugly if it just turns into a goal-kicking exhibition from these blokes. I've got a few out there that can kick them.
So Dave Gray scoreboard, see Koorda, 16 goals 8. That is correct, folks. They are 16-8. Mukinbudin are 2 goals 11, and that's on the David Gray's scoreboard. As the ladies come back from beautiful afternoon tea, which I'm having the pleasure of eating at the moment in front of you, Rob and Luke. Quite happy to have a sanger, mate. Or
no, I'm all good, thanks, mate.
Good,
I've got my liquid lunch here.
No, I think you need it, mate.
What's your head count now, Cam?
Head count, I reckon, close to 1,200.
Well, all thanks to Audrey Miller. She's
at the gate.
She's at the gate. She doesn't let anyone through without paying. So
yeah, it took me a while to get through it. She goes, I don't care who you are. I said, I'm doing the commentary. I said, that'd be $10.
She would have got you, mate. Yeah,
she did. Bounce was okay. Mukinbudin tucked away in a pocket. Kick to the half-back flank, or taking courageous effort. One of those rows was Booker. He overran it. Second effort was good by Booker. He's tackled again. Numbers around the contest. The umpire says, give the ball to me. Going nowhere.
For a light frame kid, this Booker goes all right. He's worked hard in the ruck.
He's got a good leap on him too, Rob.
Yep. No, he's got a bit more filling out to do. He's going to be a handy footballer for Mucker in the future. I think they do have a couple of good young ones there.
Has had a little bit of West Perth experience, Booker.
Yeah, okay.
Kick over the top, finds the teammate over there.
Good
Caden Woods.
Bit of ginger in the DNA there too.
a big, thick set of hair when you played, Rob. Remember your orange hair. Good strong muck over the top. That's better by Mukinbudin.
I was going to say he almost reminds me of myself a little bit there, but he's probably a tad better than that.
And good mark by Menegola.
Rightio.
Probably a little too late for him.
You might have had him on the scales too by then, Big Red.
How old do you reckon he is? A bit of a guess.
John Menegola?
No, this young
Booker. 17.
Oh, right, yeah, no, probably carrying a bit more than him, I think.
Says Menegola's kicked that one high, trying to bring rain. It comes down as a minor point. And a minor score when Mukinbudin need more than that. They are 2 goals, 12, Koorda 16-8. That's on the Dave Gray's scoreboard.
Well, I don't know if his Uncle Todd's watching over there in Victoria or not, but he'd be pretty happy with his endeavour. But I think Todd would have kicked that one just quietly.
Absolutely. Handball's okay. He's been good, Reginald Anthony Jones. He's tried his guts out for Mukinbudin. He hasn't been their worst. Shows these Shadbolt.
Oh,
good kick.
Great
good
kick by Caleb.
Yeah,
beautiful kick by Shadbolt.
Yep, great
Lace
lead
out.
by Menegola. This is the sort of stuff they need to be doing in the first quarter, unfortunately. They might have been able to hang in there.
They need the reward here from the hard work.
So the way Menegola kicked that one, I don't really back him with this one, but he might be proved wrong, Luke.
Yeah,
so here is Menegola.
bit more 3-iron, less wedge, I think, on this one.
It's about 40 metres out. He's still kicked it fairly high, hasn't he? And he's pushed it left for another minor score. It's a bit different there. Robertville's 13-2, not 2-13, but unfortunately it is 2-13 and Koorda is 16-8, and that's on the Dave Gray scoreboard.
Yeah, well, you could argue that they've had, the scoring shots has been similar and it's been a close sort of game, but it really hasn't. I mean, Koorda have just basically had their measure all day. But Mucker have still managed to get inside 50 enough, but they just
not converting.
Not converting at all.
One guy's tried, like I said, his guts out for Mukinbudin has been Reginald Jones, mate. He's been okay.
Yep, cut it off again there, but
and there's Roach.
Somehow Koorda seemed to get it out again.
Finds his coach. He's been good. He decides to chip the ball down the line in the middle of the ground wall, wouldn't you? Because all by himself is Fleeton. He can switch the play again to Fleeton and finds Anderson. He's got a sore foot, Anderson. He's had leather poisoning, Anderson. Kicks on his right. Beautiful kick. Surely didn't have it. There's a player there in Harwich. And the umpire said, Cam, you're dead right. That's a free kick right on the 50-metre mark.
Yeah, a bit of frustration there from young Jazza.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Oh, he shanked that a bit. Skinny, but there's no one in the goal square. Oh.
Came just about off
toe
the foot
poked it
there.
back into play.
And kicked the ball down the line. Anderson staying in the bottom.
Oh, that's straight to the head, that is.
That's not good.
Yeah, that was old school.
Yeah, but he saw it.
He did, but to Shadbolt's credit there, he did.
I think he might have pulled out a bit.
He stepped back a bit.
He knew it was going to come, so no malice intended there, Rob.
No.
Unlike you, mate, you'd have put him into next year, I reckon.
Well, that's what the coaches expected in those days, mate. You would have got dragged if you didn't.
And there's this play again. Close to best on ground is Miles Smythe. He's kicked 3. And Luke, he's out of a lot of possessions on the board himself, I would have thought.
I've actually stopped writing them down because I've run out of paper. So
here he is there. Miles Smythe, he's kicked 3 in the second quarter. This to go for goal number 4. And he's only about 25, 30 metres out, Rob, and half a chance to kick his 4th.
Yeah, look, what are we going to say? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, straight over the goal umpire said. Goal umpire doesn't move. And that's Miles Smythe, 4th goal.
This is a bit of a revelation, this Miles Smythe, isn't he?
He is.
Not the guy I'd done me research on before the game. Spoke to a few of the Koorda stalwarts, and of course the Anderson and Edwards and a few of these other router were all thrown around. This bloke's been a standout.
Absolutely being very, very good. So middle of ground, about to umpire throwing the ball up. The Dave Gray scoreboard, 17 goals 8. Mukinbudin 2 goals 13. And pretty one-way traffic at the moment, Rob.
Yeah, look, what can you say?
Good knock then by Koorda. Had it when he didn't have possession, or he threw it. It was a ladder. Play onto advantage.
It's wide out to the pocket.
And they're trying to find
still in play.
Teammate there in Cook. He was nimble on his feet, was Cook. Kick around the corner there to play again. Smythe. Can someone just go up and stand on him, Luke?
I reckon that was about 14.9 metres, that kick.
Yeah. It was
but it was a very clever kick back into the corridor.
I think it was rewarded for its cleverness, do you? Not so much its distance.
Possibly.
So Miles Smythe now going for goal number 5.
There it is.
Marking down as close to best on ground.
He'd have to be up there, I'd say.
Kicking 5 goals. Changing midfielder. Rob, he's just a very, very good, smart footballer.
Well, some of the quality I've seen here from hang on, I'm getting confused here.
Pass me that sheet back. It'd be good.
Thank you. A bit of clarity. Right, yeah, no, the quality of some of these quarter players, you reckon some of the waffle teams wouldn't mind one or two of them?
I just don't like one thing about Smythe there, Robbie, just knows where to get the ball, doesn't panic. The decisions are always good, and he's got class written all over him.
Yep. Giant man and goal is getting a fair bit of the ball, as is Jones. They're working well together.
Low his eyes, good kick to space, just missed his target.
A fumble, but that's.
Koorda have the nubs again through Green. He's been impressive down back when it's gone down there. He just mops up so well. Green gets it again, uses that trusting left foot, gains a bit of meterage, finds his teammate over there in Thinkle. Thinkle on the left. Push off the ball's okay.
Nicely.
And well, a handball over the top.
Straight out of the John
there
Scott
he is,
playbook,
Smythe again. One. Beautiful kick,
Great
Smythe
kick.
to space. And this is absolutely Cinderella stuff there by Smythe. And there's Mitchell Foot. Takes a good mark. And he's only about 30 metres out.
They're just so confident chipping it around, Koorda.
Yep.
Just confidence in their skills.
Yeah, well, they've got a pretty handy buffer, so they can afford to take a few risks when they want to. But
so 18-8 to 2-13. It could soon be 19-8. Fantastic kicking by Koorda. And pushes it left and stays left for a minor score to Mitchell Foot. So the Dave Gray scoreboard sees Koorda 18 goals 9 and Mukinbudin are 2 goals 13. And I tell you what, it'll be going off like a bucket full of prawns in the sun for Koorda tonight there, Rob.
Yeah, they want to have their fire extinguishers ready down in Koorda tonight.
Anderson,
hide your cars.
Anderson lowers his eyes.
Anything less than $5,000 value could go up in smoke.
So am I safe if I stay here tonight?
What are you worried about the Jag, eh?
No. And then it's Ryan Edwards, the captain.
We're right behind this.
He is. He's about 30 metres out. Bit of an angle, Rob and Luke, but a man of this talent should be able to put this through.
And it is a bit left, I think.
Pushed it left for a minor point.
Reckons he's kicked enough this year.
He's trying to claim it, but you're not going to bluff big Greggy Yates that easy.
No. So Dave Gray scoreboard 18-9 to 2-13. And Mukinbudin can bring the ball straight back out.
Oh, he's gone for a
risky
short
kick.
option.
Risky, but well done. Below his knees was very good effort. Well done by Woods.
Sideways.
Excellent. Good vision. Well done by Mukinbudin. And
Blake
chip
Smith,
over the top.
No left foot there either, apparently.
And there's Woods who's taken the mark of the year. Sat on that guy's head.
He probably just about has too.
And Woods just kicks the ball. Gains a lot of metres. He gains about 15 metres. The centre half forward. Jonesy, too good. Too strong.
Work.
Good mark.
Yeah, that's what they needed.
And it's probably the best passage of play Mukinbudin have done for a long time, Rob.
Well, certainly the most assertive build-up they've had for quite some time. They've been scrapping and scratching, trying to just scab a goal, but that one actually looked like it went in there with a bit of purpose.
Reggie hasn't managed to get his name on one yet, so
hasn't, no. But Chitty's done a lot of work around the ground. Luke has been their best player by a country mile, I reckon.
This is where he's had most of his set shots from, so hopefully he's learnt from the first few.
So Reginald Jones, 35 to 40 out, directly in front. Deliberate shot of goals. He's aimed that one high as well, and it's going to push left and stay left for another minor score. So 2 goals 14. Mukinbudin, Koorda on 18-10. Robin, that's on the Dave Gray scoreboard.
Yes, they're going to be in the 20s here shortly if things don't change. But,
so they can switch the play to Koorda or decide to go down the corridor to do the ladder and finds Ellis. So Liam Ellis, chip over the top. Greaves showing ill effect from that Polak shirt front he caught by Shadbolt.
He seems to be okay.
And switch
nice
the ball again.
Sideways.
They just do that all the time, Rob, don't they? Chip the ball down the line until they turn it over. And he's done okay too, Caleb Shadbolt.
Yeah, no, he's been one of their better contributors.
Maybe there's a bragging rights in the Shadbolt family. Who's the better player, the Shadbolt? I reckon Caleb will be the better player here today for the Shadbolt. We'll leave that little argument over the bar later on, I reckon, but he's probably the best so far for them.
Jai Banangola has just dished one up beautifully into Reggie again. So once again, they've had a good build-up. Now can he finish this one off? Surely he's going to get one shortly.
I'm not sure why Caleb Shadbolt's playing up the ground, he's usually half back, and that's where they get a lot of their drive from. Just Shaddy running across the half back line, cutting it off.
So it's big Reginald Jones. It's beautiful iridescent orange boots.
High vis, aren't they?
Yep. He's taking a long run up. He's doing kind of like the Benny Brown run up there, Rob.
Well, he's got to try something different if he's going to find his rhythm.
Yep.
That's
Once
high.
again, he leaned back on that one. Should have got to kick through the ball rather leaning back. And once again, a minor score. When they need more than a minor score, they need positive goal scorings, not points. So they're 2-15 Mukinbudin, 18-10 a quarter. And good
lead,
strong
good mark.
attacking mark.
Played on quickly. Here we go again.
Reach has been good.
Whoops.
Kicks on his right. Saw that out of the corner of his eyes, I think. Oh, well done. Through traffic. Grease, go over the top, draws a player again. And lowers his eyes, turn it over. That's well read by the Mukinbudin defender. And Adam Squire, haven't caught his name too much this afternoon.
Yeah, I have noticed him recently. I don't know whether he came off the bench or what's happened there, but he's started to get a few touches down that back line.
It's Reginald Jones is out number 3. Doesn't matter, big old Reg is still trying. Well done.
Yep.
Puts the afterburners on Rob and kicks the ball in the corridor. He set his teammate up.
Still okay if he can get hold
Stands
of it
up.
now.
Oh, good tackle.
Yeah, you better just hold it in there, I think.
Very
Wait
smart tackle then by Rowan Fleeton. So counting down now to the end of the third quarter.
John Man and Goal is going to have a crack at the ruck knot here and give
It's
it a good
ruck
thump
work
forward,
it was.
But Koorda have run onto it.
They have the numbers, thrown a bit of dash and run and carry's been okay. McTaggart on his right, beautiful use of the footy and finds his teammate there in Hayden Cook. Bit of run and carry down back, and that is 3-quarter time here, which sees Koorda 18 goals 10 and Mukinbudin 2 goals 15. Major scorers, goal scorers for Koorda, 5 to Miles Smythe. He had 3 in the second, 2 in that quarter, 3 also to Joseph Jarvis, 2 goals to Anderson, 2 goals also to Wells, and single goal scorers to Harris, to Court, to Edwards and to Fleeton, and also to Roach, who kicked 1, and single goal scorers for Mukinbudin. There's only been 2 of them, Rob, and that's to Smith and to also Sippy.
Well, this is going to be an interesting last quarter. If Mukinbudin can kick 18 or 19 goals straight, they could win this. But it's going to be a big ask.
Kick 18 or 19 goals straight. I'm just about choked on my sandwich there.
Well, they've got the advantage on the point side of the ledger, so maybe they're going to have to kick 14, 15. So yeah, but no, you almost got a feel for Mucka. They've thrown it at him a couple of times, and Koorda have just bounced off him.
So Rob, I believe we've got probably one of the most important people at the ground here today. You've managed to get from the back of a ute.
Yeah, no, we've got the great Gary Greaves from Koorda has just slithered into the commentary box.
Now, Gary, you've been pretty happy with your young fella, mate. He's played a good game, young Ryan.
Oh, he's had a couple of touches, but yeah, it's been a great team effort by Koorda, and wish the game was a little bit closer. So
just from the outset, Gary, the way they use the footy, Koorda, the run and the carry, they're hitting targets, and they're just playing a very good brand of footy.
Confidence in your teammates. It's no one's any better than anyone else out there, and they just got the belief that if they call for it, you deliver it, and run in numbers, and they can't go wrong.
So 18-10 to 2-15, like you said, I don't think you would have picked that on the start of the game, but you'll take it now. And celebrations tonight, mate. Obviously, I think you guys will win. Where's the celebrations going to be tonight for the Koorda Footy Club?
Be at the Koorda Hotel for a start.
Yep.
And we'll see how long we can stay there for. So
surely they'd shut the gate, wouldn't they, mate? Being the local establishment.
Well,
the
local establishment may shut something.
you reckon the old walls can handle another celebration, Gaz?
I reckon.
The club's seen a few over the years with yourself and
it has, Rob.
Your scaly mates. Been tested more than once.
I don't know about my scaly mates, Rob, but the
Longmuirs and some some Boynes and pretty wild boys back in the heyday.
Yeah, it was a well-built pub. That's all I can say. But no, look, it'll be another quarter of football yet. We'll won't count the chickens till they hatch. But no, I I hope Mucka is stay with it. It's not good for football when you see a blowout like this, and we'll just leave it. We'll certainly take a win. We're certainly not going to back off from that. That's for sure.
Probably the heart would have gone in your throat when you young fella copped a bit of a shirt front there, but I don't think there's any malice met by Shadbolt. It looks like he's still running around and still playing some very good footy on this wing.
You don't reckon? I had a bet with his father, $100 bet, and I don't know whether John's actually told him to go out there and settle up the $100 that way or what.
He seems all right. He's running around. He's got a lot of the footy and got a lot of footy smart to a young fella. He goes all right.
Yeah. No, thanks to Mum. She passed them on. So they are Rob. See, I didn't talk about him.
No, so now he's got a cousin out there as well. Is he Bottle?
Young Liam. He never got a game today, unfortunately.
Oh,
but
the DNA's in Pam's side though, isn't it?
Well, must be.
Yeah.
You're doing well, Rob. And so good to see you back here, Rob, and laughing and amongst us too.
He just about died a few weeks ago. He's come back. He's better comeback since Jesus Christ has gone the right as Robbie Breaker.
Well, he is. And I'll tell you, when they said the big fella's gone down, it took a lot. He's been a bit of a man around our league for a long time, young Rob, and he's good value. And for a few more years and a few more laughs before I want to see him gone, that's for sure.
Look, and just on that, seriously, it's a credit to the every week we have our St John ambulance volunteers here at these games doing that, and I wouldn't be here without our St John's volleys and the local hospital, the defibrillator on the wall at the rec ground. Every sports ground should have one, and Royal Flying Doctors. We're supported so well out in the bush by these volunteers and these frontline support workers. It's just fantastic. Yeah, gotta take your hat off to them.
Mukinbudin, good passage play here. Went over the top to
nice
over the top was Woods. Was very good mark of the end. It puts the afterburners on. He might kick the goal of the year as well.
Be there,
and he has.
Good stuff.
Where has he been all afternoon? Has Caden Woods?
Well, they might as well just throw caution to the wind now and just have a crack, these young kids, and see if they can build a bit of confidence. Nothing to lose.
He's got a great leap on him.
That mark.
He's unbelievable. I've been watching him all year, and he's a vertical leap on him. It's just unbelievable how good he is.
He took a very good mark earlier on, Greaves. He sat on some guy's head. Now he's kicked a very good goal as well.
He did. Ryan's got his size 10.5 boots sitting on his shoulders.
He was a ladder, wasn't he?
He was a ladder, so you've got to be able to cop a couple like that to learn.
So middle of the ground once again. Bourne was good through traffic. Once again, Mukinbudin go through the middle of the ground with Mukinbudin. This guy's been good. Hits the ball with courage. Run and carry by Matagat. Sensation. But turns the ball straight back over. But geez, he's played well, hasn't he?
He has. Kerwin's been running all day off that halfback.
Just doesn't quite time the leap there, Jai Menengola. He could have had the set, but the ball's gone out now and clearing it.
So Koorda have it, kicking down the line. There's Greaves, out 1-on-1, brings the ball to ground. Second effort by Greaves, sensational. It's holding the ball 9 times out of 10. Take a hat off your old man and be very proud of your son. Should have been holding the pill, Greavesy.
Could have been the settle up with Shadbolt.
Did you have a lower tackle, guys? I'm not sure you did. You're bit of an outside player on the wing there.
No, I couldn't tackle you, Rob. You're just too big for me. And it wasn't your speed. You didn't get away from me.
So Patterson, well done by Greaves. Second effort by him. Takes a bound, loads his eyes. Beautiful kick by Greaves. Lace out. Good passes of footing. This guy's been best on ground, Smythe. He's kicked 5. He's been sensational. Kicks the ball to the pocket. Surely that's a block. You can't do that. 9 times out of 10, the umpire's picked it up, and he's picked it up again.
Rabbit chopped him, you reckon?
But I tell you what, Miles Smythe, number 20, mark that in your ledger. I reckon Greaves, he is close to best on ground, I reckon. He's kicked 5.
Miles, I reckon you could pick. I like Rob Rout's game today. I think he's led from the front as a coach. He's actually led from the front today, and he's been unbelievable. But the umpires, I know I gave the umpires a bit of a razz over here last quarter, but haven't they been unbelievably good today?
Certainly have. There's been no malice. They've been on top of everything right from the first bounce. They really didn't have to, because Koorda has played such a fantastic brand of footy. Even then, they kick it to space. They're not hungry. And Ryan Edwards takes this mark, the captain. Robbie's kicked 1 in the second. This could be goal number 2.
Well, yeah, bit of a quiet day for him, really. But, he's been presenting all day. And
Ryan Edwards.
Someone's got to pick him up.
So there's Edwards. He's pushed it left and stays left. Yep, just a minor score.
It's been a bit tricky down that end. It has. Look at that goal kicking. It certainly seems to have been a bit easier up the town end.
So the David Gray scoreboard sees Koorda 18-11. Mukinbudin are 3 goals 15. Thanks very much for the sponsorship to David Gray, one of the former employees, plays for the Koorda, I believe, there, Rob.
Yeah, he's gone to the opposition, so we're not wrapping up too much. But,
tackle over the top was okay by the Mukinbudin defender. And half-forward flank. Umpire says, give the ball to me.
So good to see Brum up the last couple of days around
really,
the local areas.
He enjoyed that. I just got a message from him. He's got the big screen on in the backyard down there at Como, watching the game. So, yeah, it really is a great thing, this live streaming, Cam.
It brings people when you can't see your loved ones play there, Greaves. You can see them on screen. And
yeah, look, we're really thankful. We think it's absolute pleasure and a thrill for us out here to have this.
So Koorda have again, go through traffic was good. Handball's okay. Comes the play, kicked the first goal of the game was Fleeton on his right for the forward pocket. Oh, mark between the pack was okay. The recovery is even better. Who's got it? Mole Smythe. Thank you very much. Number 6. Game is an absolute giggle for Mole Smythe. And once again, they just have numbers and players around the contest there, Rob. It's pretty difficult to do anything if you're a Mukinbudin defender.
Well, they double-teamed the quarter forward there, and he almost held the mark, but it spilt loose, and Miles was just lurking around the goal square at the back where every good crummer should be, and simple goal.
Doesn't panic, mate. Just makes good decisions. Just doesn't rush. Knows where the goals are. He's nailed 6 of them.
A little bit of waffle experience there certainly shows.
What did he play for, Groovesy?
He was down at Peel, but
okay.
I think he played a little bit up around Perth.
Okay.
So
he's got class written all over him. So the Dave Gray scoreboard sees Koorda 19-11 and Mukinbudin 3-15. A margin of close to 16 goals, Rob.
Yep.
Very one-sided.
That 18-goal streak they need is not happening.
Shedbolt, once again, he's been okay. Numbers behind the ball for Koorda are good.
Jai
Woods is good. Kicked a good goal and a good defensive mark been taken by Marcus Hodson. He can switch the play again.
Sheedy.
And hit lace out.
Yep. Mataggart, young Mataggart here, he's had a good game too.
He's been good, Mataggart.
Yep,
Run and carry off that half-back flank.
Good 18-year-old boy come home from Scotch and pleasure to have him back up here.
Yep.
A bit taller than the average Mataggart.
Yeah, we're not too sure where that's coming yet. So
maybe the postman, but the half-forward flank is all right.
Not much Hogan in him, I don't think.
They have the head. That's Mukinbudin. Inside handball is okay by them. They run and carry low the right. Beautiful kick. And finds lace out the big fella in Sippy.
Big fella, yep.
He decides to play on. Handball over the top. It's been cleaned up.
Don't know what to make of that.
That was... I don't think there's nothing too serious in that. And I think he knows it too.
He sort of put his head in and took the hit and won the 3, I think.
Kicked the ball down the line. He's dropped a mark. And run and carry was very good by the Koorda player in green.
Chad Green.
Patterson.
And turn the ball
Timmy Patterson,
over.
Nice piercing kick. It's just a fraction high for Reggie Jones, but he's recovered.
It was okay. Handball was even better.
Great effort.
Over the top was okay. Dropped the mark.
Harms hacked. No, play on.
Handball was okay. Run and carry was even better. There's Greaves. Puts the afterburners on. Handball in the middle of the corridor was effective.
Good
Run and the carry is good by Koorda. Good footy here. Had one on to kick it, so the handball more than hope, more than anything. But they have the ball again to Koorda.
Brody
takes one pants.
Can't do much wrong.
Kicks the ball down the line, and ball comes to ground. Mucka have the numbers. Around the contest. Shows a bit of run and carry there. Here's Smith. Smith didn't know where to go, so he put his play under pressure. Kick down the line was good. And lace out, finds the team out there, and Sippy lowers his eyes. Good call. Well done. Read the play extremely well with his foot. Foot can handball the ball over the top. Once again, the run and carry by this kid has been very good. And McTaggart, he's been sensational. McTaggart off the half-back flank. Kicks the ball to the hot spot. Over the top. Ball comes to ground. Kick around the corner. The guy kicked his first goal. He kicks his second goal. Fleeton. And it is raining goals here, mate. Don't you worry about that, Greasy. It is raining goals.
It is, mate, and it's good to see that. It's everyone's having a go. A little bit of toughness coming in the game to finish off the day, so it's good to see. So, but yeah, I think it's it's just a matter of time. Mukinbudin just waiting for that siren, I think, and Koorda's probably just lapping up a bit of sunshine.
Can't come soon enough for Mukinbudin.
Yep, so Dave Gray's scoreboard, I have to say it again, is 20 goals, 11 are Koorda, and unfortunately Mukinbudin are 3 goals, 15. One thing about the Koorda jumpers there, they are the beautiful Subiaco colours there, Grooves, so I'm pretty happy with that, the maroon and gold.
I'm a West Perth man, so but yeah, look, I'll accept it. So
Running through was Menegola, kicks on the right, drops an evening mark. Was out with Begley. He hasn't seen much of the footy, Rob.
No, he found it very hard to get his hands on. It can be a real game breaker if he plays well, but it hasn't happened for him today.
It's funny how the young fella agrees trying to get kicks in front of his dad because he knows he's doing the commentary. He's had about 6 in the last 5 minutes as the young fella.
Must have run the run around.
you know, Rob told me I'm not allowed to talk about Ryan, so that's why I'm not making a comment.
I'll talk it for you up, mate. Don't worry about that. Over the top, take an easy mark in the goal square, and it's getting
Brodie Rich.
He's been good, the big ruckman.
Yeah, he come up from Peel for us about third game of the year, and a very handy. Hasn't played for 4 or 5 weeks with a foot injury, but
that's his second goal.
Yep.
Kick one of the third is now kick one in the last. And I tell you what, tipping rain tomorrow might come a day early here because it's raining goals here, Grooves, at the moment.
Yeah, well, she might be a little bit wet tonight.
So getting more importantly, out of your team there, Grooves, I'm going to put a pressure on you. Who's going to be the best Monday March performer for the Koorda Footy Club?
I hope it's not my son. But,
who's the A grade? Who's going to the person you think, I just want him to get home safe?
Look, I reckon Chad Green would have to be a contender.
Chad Green, number 2, left footer.
No, look, they like playing hard on the field, and they love playing even harder off field. These guys, so they bond very well together. They got their Monday booked in Fremantle in the hotel already.
Oh, beautiful! So
no, they're well organised. The Mad Monday is a traditional thing that they do every year. They've been going back since Rob Rout's been associated with us coaching in our club. So. Yep. So they go down there and they have a hell of a great time, and so yeah, it's good to see. And they'll get down there and they'll meet a lot of guys from a lot of the towns up here that have players that go down there. They all catch up together. And it's a good get together for everyone. It doesn't have to come from Koorda. It can come from any other town.
Here we go. Mucker's got it from one end to the other, and they kicking a goal.
And they finally have, and it's come through.
It's a point.
Timmy Patterson, but a minor point. Maybe you should have given him a goal there, Rob.
Well,
in the mercy rule, give him a goal.
It was a nice build-up, but we didn't have the chance to talk about it. But, they certainly worked the ball up well that time. But, nice goal would have been rewarding for them, but not to be.
So Koorda out the back line again is Alex Sheed, brother of Dom. Through traffic was okay. Koorda good. Kick around the corner was even better. Kick to 1-1. It's great mark again. Boy, this guy's taken dangle after dangle. He's been very impressive, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not scared to have a go at him.
Taken mark has taken 2 good marks and kicked a good goal. Has Woods kicks the ball to the hot spot. Another good mark. That's better.
That's the game we expect to see from
Jared
JB,
Begley.
But he's left it all a bit late.
Hasn't seen anywhere so far, but he's taken a fantastic contested mark.
Well, I think I better hand this back to
Rosie. Good on you, mate.
Yes, thank you very much for having us for a few minutes.
Pleasure, mate. I'll have a beer with you after the game, no doubt.
Oh, actually, I'm driving the bus back to Koorda, so I'm dry.
Oh, jeez, okay. I'll have one for you then.
You can always buy them, Gaz.
But really good to see you here, Rob, and
cheers, mate.
and have a good laugh. And I'll put Luke back on. But yeah, well done for being up here again this year.
No worries. Thanks, H. Groovy.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for your company. The son of Ryan, he's played fairly well. Who doesn't want to say it about his own son, but he's done very well. His young Ryan Greaves.
Not a bad little.
And Luke Yates is even better because he's bought me your beautiful, cold Great Northern, mate. So I'm happy with that, Rob.
Yeah, you've earned it, mate. You've done a great job. I never knew this about you. You had the ability to
talk underwater.
It's one thing to talk, mate. It's another thing to make so much sense.
Yeah, this guy's been good. Kick 2, handball's even better. Run and carries okay, kicks it to space. And once again, Koorda using the ball extremely well. And finds Joseph Jarvis, who's kicked a couple himself. Jarvis kicks the ball to a 1-on-1 over there. Umpire said there's nothing in it, so running on the contest. Mucker have the numbers here, and the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me, I'm going to throw it in.
That's Jamaica Woods again, not a very big kid, but he's just used his body again.
He's 2 good marks and that goal.
Cade Woods, they're exciting young fellas, aren't
they?
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get them down to Country Week. Jamaica's played once. Cade's keen as mustard.
How old are they?
They're only 16, 17, yeah. Yep. And Jamaica's already played with the seniors at Country Week. Yep. So that was a couple of years ago. Yep.
Sensational. So bounce umpire throws the ball in the pocket. Through traffic was okay. Very good by Jared Shadbolt.
Ooh.
And there's Grease. Left his play. A handball over the top was okay. 1-2 through traffic.
Spinning,
She said it was
turning,
good. That's
dropping.
holding the ball, but
Yep.
thought it was poor Popolo there for all there, Rob, but got tackled and holding the ball.
Yes, no, he certainly had a go at it.
This guy's
Reggie
tried his
Jones.
guts out too.
Yeah,
Reginald Jones.
he's certainly done his share.
Yep, he just hasn't kicked the goals. That's a problem.
That's where it's been his letdown. Yeah.
Kick ball over. Good hard running by this young fella, Craig Woods. Kicked the goal and taken 2 sensational marks. A lot of talent for this young kid. Lowers his eyes and another good kick.
Just for good measure, they're running on another Shadbolt here, mate. Number 12, young Joel Shadbolt.
He's a good leap. He's a kung fu fighting leap, wasn't he?
Has he been on before, has he? Okay.
Yep.
He's right, yeah. Sorry, I thought he'd just
Probably
come off for his first run.
Still got someone's nose on the bottom of one of his sprigs, I reckon.
He's got a bit of spring in his step. Show you how
By
good.
Lowes' eyes. Beautiful
Great
kick.
delivery.
Beautiful kick.
Should have brought him on earlier.
Yeah, where's he been all afternoon? So lace out. Teammate here, Jared Begley, kicked one a minute ago. He's now opportunity kicking second, and more importantly, kick Mucker's fifth.
Boom.
And beautiful kick off the boot. And the Mucker crowd like that one. Good to see him still cheering for their side there, Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Jared's been kicking out for most of the game, so that's a change up. Moved him up forward.
Yeah.
Historically pretty decent goal kicker for the Mucker Rams.
Well, he's so mobile, you know. It might have been a faux pas from the tactical blunder, perhaps. Maybe he should have been up forward to start with and run the defence of Koorda around a bit more. Some of those other guys are a bit more heavier, solid sort of stand and pack mark sort of guys, but Jared's very mobile.
And beautiful kick for goal too. 2 beautiful goals. Dave Gray scoreboard 21-11. Mukinbudin 5-16. Middle of ground once again. Good leap by the young fella there in Booker.
Yeah, he's tried hard all day.
Second
Here he
effort was
goes again.
okay.
And
Well
again.
done. And
Yeah.
hold the
gotta be
ball.
hold the
Well
ball.
done. Good
Carl
effort by
Shaddy's
the young
coming.
fella. Play onto advantage. So they kick the ball down the line.
They got numbers here
Menegola.
too.
Blake Smith and Menegola says, I'm going to mark this one.
Fell back.
So good 2 minutes so far, Rob, for Mukinbudin.
They've had their moments, haven't they? But it's just, of course, the game's shot to bits. It's only natural. Koorda's going to take the foot off the gas a bit. I could probably smell the beers that we've just opened.
Yeah, well, they're nice and cold. Thanks very much there, Luke. Beautiful. It's Menegola, 20 metres out. He's pushed that way left and out of bounds on the full. He just hasn't had his kicking boots on today, has
Nice.
young Menegola.
Unfortunate, because he's had plenty of good possessions. It's sort of been Mukinbudin's story, hasn't it? You know, Reggie Jones had a few opportunities.
Yep.
Didn't kick them.
And 5-16, you know, give it 16-5. It might be even a game, but missed some easy goals. But Koorda, once again, they've been too good.
Good
Oh,
flight
well done,
from
Booker. Was good.
Shadbolt's lurking.
Handball's okay. There's Jones.
Reggie,
Too strong.
big-
Does it? You don't
See
argue.
you later. Through the bottom
Handball
of the
over the
pack.
top.
Clever. Back in again, Jones.
Jones, good second
Bottom.
effort.
Umpire's going to ping him, I
He's in
reckon.
the trouble. Holding the ball.
Yeah, no.
And he is.
Yeah, no, he's
Bad luck, Jones. He's probably buggered. That's why I'm quite happy just to take a breath, he says, and have a bit of a spell.
certainly wasn't going to pick it up and give it to him.
Nah.
So we've got Router. This is Greaves' mare. Tip for Koorda's best, but
Yeah.
I don't know whether we've gone under the
No,
radar a bit for
this
us.
guy's the best.
This guy would
Old
be my
Smythe.
tip.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't go past him myself. He's just been in everything.
Well, he's kicked 6. He just uses the ball so well by foot. He goes back through Koorda, doing what they want at the moment with the ball. Sheed, he goes centre-half back, points his teammate out there, and Ellis can also switch the ball to Greaves, sees Greaves honours that person and takes an easy mark. Mukinbudin saying get on their players, boys. It's a bit late. You're 16 behind. And Cook, good spoil.
Priest, he's been a good try for Mukinbudin
He
too.
has tried hard, hasn't he?
Priest, yeah, he's one of their best defenders, I would say.
Probably perform well in the Sunday service tomorrow, the priest.
Well, I don't know whether he's a believer or not.
It's actually Kiwi, so he's doing all right for Kiwi.
Well, okay. Well done, Mole Smythe says the ball's just following me wherever I go, so I'm going to whack a smother on and get in another stat.
Blake Smith's tried hard, but he hasn't had the influence on the game that Mucker needed from him.
There's Brooker. Woods, good strong tackle then by Smythe. He's been everywhere. and picks himself off the ground, Smythe, after laying a very good tackle on Wood. So umpire's going to throw the ball up. Well done by the young fella. Brooker. It was okay. Mukinbudin kicked the ball forward, but taking good defensive mark.
Sippy wants to know why they kicked at the opposition player.
Yeah. And that's an ordinary kick off the boot.
Fair question.
But for Alex Sheed, the brother of Dom, you can do what you want, Rob, because he won them a flag against Collingwood.
Well, that's right. That's almost worth 2. Yeah, he's come under a bit of fire recently, though. Some of the faithful have claimed his kicking might be not as good as it was.
Shepherd off the ball, took him
Manigola.
right into it.
Here we go.
And the way he's kicking, I don't think he'll make the distance.
I don't know whether he's feeling some pain there or whether he's just exhausted.
Sheed's actually playing one behind. He's placed himself well.
Yeah.
That's why he got on the end of that one. Mucker just trying to pump it forward, and it's just Sheed's cutting it off.
Yeah. No, got a few of those guys are capable of that. Wicker's just come off.
And Chad Green's come off the rest, and Greasy reckons he's going to be the best Monday March performer, number 2 for Koorda in Chad Green. So follow that up during the season to see how he goes in the Monday March down Perth in Green.
Turned into a bit of an evergreen. He's been going around quite some time now.
Don't know if he's played much footy this year.
Has he just
didn't play much against Ben Cubbon, so
good strong mark there by Joseph Jost.
Been pretty handy out there today.
It's a 50.
He'd have to be pushing well into the 300 games by now. I would think if you count the association representative football as well. Tell you what,
been very impressive, Rob, and also Luke of number 19 for Koorda, Cohen McTaggart. His run and pace and carry for an 18-year-old off the half-back flank for Koorda, mate. He's been very, very good.
Yeah, he has. His dad was a pretty handy little wingman, but he had bad knees. It didn't really... there's been a few of them, and his family's donate one of the trophies here for the best on ground.
Kerman's also actually a Neil Lancaster Memorial Medal Rising Star recipient this year. So, good young talent.
Absolutely. They look good on a waffle list, I reckon.
I noticed a couple of these kids at an early age, cause the same age as my young bloke. They used to scratch around on the wing out there in the junior days, playing nippers, trying to get them motivated to have a kick. And
he would have been hungover on a Sunday morning too, Rob.
Supply the matchbox cars to him out in the sand pit and just wait for him to finish.
They were the days we had a dirt over. You could get a bit of a matchbox game going.
So once again, Koorda go forward. The Dave Gray scoreboard, good mark over the top.
Nowhere.
So Koorda 22-11, Mukinbudin a 5-16.
It is good to see these young kids that, I've seen them as nippers come through and they come back and they turn into young men. They're playing some good footy, so it's something's working for these clubs out here, and it's good to see the next generations coming through.
Must be the coaching. There he is. Fleeton goes for goal number 3. Goal umpire does not move. Well done, Fleet. He's kicked 1 in the first. He's kicked 2 in the last for a total of 3. And they're goal kicking everywhere at the moment on the Koorda scoreboard, which sees them well in front at the moment. They are 24-11 to 5-16, and that's on the Dave Gray scoreboard. So 23.
Will it be a 20-goal to 5? Can they get that extra 2, mate, just to... I don't know, we want to say rub it in or tidy it up.
Their accuracy's dropped off, so they're still getting down there plenty.
Manigola is still trying. Someone's been held without the ball. That's Blake Smith going to get a free kick out of the centre. Punches it long. Greaves
didn't have it.
Yeah.
Umpire's called advantage.
Mitch Foot. Out in front, John Scott. Over the top.
He could be in a bit of trouble here. Marcus Hodgson. He's usually too quick for everyone out there.
Yeah. Well, he's got back. Yeah, good work. Young McTaggart won the front spot there. Cut that kick off.
That might be in the back there, I think.
Oh, that is a... put the saddle on. Just, it's built between the two of them.
Silva.
He's a jockey. It's like far lap. Oh, Boyney. He's got a heart like far lap. He's been toiling away for years. And look at that. And then someone's tried to ride him like bloody...
Like the wind.
Chestnut champion.
Name. Right, like the wind. Nice Christopher Cross song there, Rob.
Oh, jeez. Go back a while. Back a while.
Certainly is. As Harwich, he's done well as well. Decides to switch the play to the corridor.
Pretty good kick.
Oh, good strong mark.
Yeah, no, that's courage from young Greaves.
Yeah, good mark. Even though your dad's left us at the moment, Greaves, good kick to space. They're still playing such good footy, aren't they, Koorda?
Believe it or not, he was in a moon boot at the Darren Field Days too. I'm not sure if that was putting something on or...
Little gripper.
Greavesy, yeah.
Really?
Yep. I think he was... he might have chipped his bone off or something, but... the moon boot worked for him anyway. He's getting around all right.
Mark. Just too good, too strong, and the way they used the footy all afternoon, Koorda, that's why in the Dave Gray scoreboard they're 23-11 to Mukinbudin 5-16.
Well, you got to give Rob Rowder, the coach, fair bit of credit. Obviously, he's clearly sets pretty high standards for them at training. They've got their skills right, and it's just basically.
And that's a beautiful kick too.
Mucker at bay all day with them.
Well drilled. They've had their core group for a long time now. So,
So Mukinbudin now don't know what to do. I don't know what to do since about 10-minute mark of the first quarter, unfortunately.
Man, and goal has gone the Wheatbelt.
Flower punt. Sells a bit of candy. Tried to find Greaves. He's been everywhere. Second effort was okay.
Handball on, 1-2.
Going to receive the 1-2. Just take a run and carry. Kick the ball to the centre half forward position. Try to find the smallest player on the ground, and Timmy Patterson probably more comfortable on a course.
That was Dusty Martin-ish, that one.
Certainly was.
Push off. Jazzar, don't take too long, son. Oh, he's just got it away. Beagley.
That's right on the line.
What's Matt Dunn say? The little boundary umpire from Guildford Grammar got to say down there. He said,
Mark all day, you reckon?
Yep, no, he's...
Umpire said, look at the score, but mate, we've got to give him an opportunity to have a kick at goals.
Don't ruin the moment.
I tell you, that's a fantastic kick, but minor score only.
Could not quite bend it round enough.
Kick 2 in the quarter. In the last quarter, Jared Bagley's done okay.
That's where his brother Kane practicing from every week at training.
Does he ever get any?
Oh, yeah, he does actually.
Good mark. Yes, the body was extremely well, was fleeting. Done okay, this young fella. Kicked the first goal of the game. And
Boyne.
Oh, good mark.
Great mark.
That was...
Boyne, strong.
Yeah, good decision making there. Someone called for the handball, but it wasn't on. He's just held it.
So kick down the line was okay. Brings the ball to the ground. At the number. Good courageous effort by... That's in the back, surely, for the Mukinbudin player there. And
Tyler Smith.
He's had a bit of a go down there
in
the back line.
He's been punched from pillar to post with claret coming out of his gob at the second quarter. He's still done okay.
Reggie Jones just cruising through the centre. A couple of bounces, long handball.
He probably gets harder knocks than that from his brother out in the paddock at seeding time, I'd say.
I reckon. Pick below his knees, handball's okay.
Patterson, good running, good roving, not high enough.
There he is again. Oh, it's a relay free kick, is it? No, play on.
Play on. McTaggart kicks
out. Here we go, Jesse Booker. Got himself in front.
Oh, well done. I didn't have it.
Oh, no, that was just... I didn't
That's a good call there by Dean.
He's getting frustrated, the big fella, and Sippy.
Yeah, look, he just didn't need to do that. They had 2-on-1 there.
Looks like that player for Port Adelaide, the key forward. Who's he, Rob? Help me out.
Oh, yeah, I know the man you're talking about.
Game over.
And that is the game here. It's 23-12 to 5-17, and convincing victory to Koorda. They are the 2021 premiers quite convincingly. Majors goal scores. Smythe was sensational. He kicked 6. 4 to Jarvis. 3 also to Fleeton. 2 also to Wells, to Roach, and to Anderson, and single goal scorers to Harwich, to Cook, and also to Edwards. Majors goal scorers, Begley, 2 in the last quarter. Rob, when he moved from full-back to full-forward. Single goal scorers to Smith, 1 to Woods, and 1 to Sippy. But overall, both Luke and Rob, Koorda from the first bounce, mate, they were far too good.
They did. They just sort of, Mucka were thereabouts in that first quarter. They just didn't take their opportunities when they had their chances. Missed a couple of shots they should have got, but Koorda just did everything right. And then once they got the gap opened up, it was just a case of keep the pressure on. And Mucka threw a few solid bits at him at times, but Koorda stood up to it. Too good, too strong. Yeah,
they're very consistent. First quarter, kicked 6 also in the second, 6 also in the third, and then 5 in the last quarter. Luke, so they're pretty consistent goal scoring all afternoon quarter, where Mucka kicked 1 in the first, 1 in the second, none in the third, and 3 in the last.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their point score was. It half-time quarters, but they did kick a few
12,
after half.
Yep.
Yeah, so
11,
they were
in the last quarter.
fairly accurate. Yeah,
Last
so
half.
unfortunately, Greavesy missed a few stats here. I had them all pretty well spot on there
Exactly,
before.
mate.
But
He's talking, mate. He wasn't doing much.
you can't go past Miles Smythe. He must have had 30 today, I'd say, and Troy Anderson wouldn't be far behind him. But
how did Rowder go? How many did you have there?
Oh yeah, look,
he came in and talked him up, but I think.
Yeah, I think he used the ball well, but as far as having impact on the game, Miles Smythe, you can't go past him at all.
No,
but Jones as well. He was up there. I had him down for a lot of touches, and he tried his heart out, but couldn't quite get the ball rolling and string something together. So yeah.
And Matt Taggart too, impressive. Number 19 off the half-back flank. He was a very good player.
Yeah, good contributor.
Better players for Mukinbudin there, Rob. Put the heat on you.
You know, look, I can't go past Reginald Jones. He toiled hard all day. Shame he didn't kick straight. Same with Jai Manangola. He just kept going all day. Caleb Shadbolt. There's just a few of them. Just Tyler Smith. I liked his game, and like I said before, Nick Priest down back. Some of those backs had to work pretty hard today. Yeah, they just...
Blake Smith did his norm, but he just couldn't quite tear that game apart like he does.
No, that was the difference. I think those key position players that Mucka needed to contribute and dominate just didn't stand up against the big guns of Koorda.
So Koorda are the 2021 Central Wheatbelt Premiers in convincing manner here, and thanks you very much for the hospitality too. It's this magnificent footy club that's laid in front of us, has worked the backside off all afternoon.
Good work, Sal.
Sal has been well done, Sally. Good job to you. Made us feel very welcome.
Do you want to jump on the microphone?
Yeah. Say something smart, Sally. Been waiting all day.
And there's Gary, very proud
She's
president.
Still working.
He's even happier now because he's going to give the president across to someone else, I believe.
Yeah, Big George.
No, I don't know about that.
King
the
George, yes.
Kermit the Frog out there for Mucko. If we can. Yeah, Mitch Clark. He'll be next in line, I think. Or Beck Fushy, I reckon she's lined up.
Break through that glass ceiling of
the
Central Wheatbelt Football League. It's about time, I reckon.
Here we've got a new director on board for next year.
Yeah,
Dougie Cale.
Yeah, one of the old stalwarts of the league too. He knows his way around football. He's got a couple of talented young boys coming through as well. So good to see him put his hand up.
Ruben's going to be a gun for Kalani.
Yep. No, they're not too bad at all. So.
While the opportunity too, we've got there, we may as well thank all the sponsors. CBH Group, the 2021 Final Series, David Gray scoreboard, we scoreboard so many times. Other sponsors, Major McIntosh and Sons, Mukinbudin Community Bank, Nutrient AG, other sponsors, AFGRI, Gypsum Supply, CSBP, Burgerlort, and hockey sponsor CSBP, Bendigo Bank, Mukinbudin. And a fantastic effort was in the grand final of the hockey between Mukinbudin and Koorda. Koorda victorious there, and they're victorious once again in the footy. So they've had a pretty good afternoon in the paddock there, Rob.
They have. They'll be pretty happy tonight. Can't do much better than that.
They've had a pretty
They didn't
good...
have one in the netball, so they weren't going to win the trifecta, but Mucka had the potential to win it, but Koorda have rained on that parade.
Absolutely.
They've had a pretty good season all round. Getting the runner-up fairest and best, leading goal scorer.
They have,
and the rising star, all from the same club. So
it's been all about Koorda,
and they'll be absolutely going off in Koorda tonight. I would have thought.
Yep, hide your cars, hide your wives.
Have they got enough beer in that old pub?
Gary, mate.
No, I reckon if Gary's driving the bus back from here, he'll be hustling them on pretty quick.
I reckon they'll be sitting about 120.
So then they can get on the sauce when he gets back.
I would think so, yeah. He'll be the first one through the doors at the Koorda pub, I reckon.
We'll go, hurry up, boys. What do you mean? I don't give a shit. You guys want to take the time to get home quick so I can have a few sherbets.
Yeah, the body language says it all out there, Mucka.
Yeah, just... First quarter, wasn't it, Luke? 6-3 to 1-6 behind the 8-ball straight. If it was 6-1, it might have been a different kettle of fish. But like I said all afternoon, Rob and Luke, just the way they delivered the ball by hand and foot by Koorda, they ran and carried, they chipped the ball sideways, and they just ran in numbers, and they just played a very good brand of footy.
Mucker blue teams away this year, just
Did they? Okay.
just pumping it into their big forwards clean from the midfield, and they just could not get one in this year. So for the grand final, they just could not get one in there.
And good to see the hockey girls too. So the Koorda girls have coming off there for a couple of quiets.
George is trying to get control of the mob.
Yeah, well, he usually runs a tight meeting. Wouldn't you say? But, he's pretty keen to get this over and done with. I think
he might be on the bus sitting behind Gravesy.
He might be.
Looking forward to a bit of time away.
That show on the buses might be his butler.
You're throwing it in too, there, Big Red.
Yeah, no, my roster's over.
Wasn't the heart scare, or was
telling
it?
something different?
No. It's just 2 years. 2 lots of 2 years is enough.
I thought 3 was you had to do 3.
No, 3 terms.
Yeah.
No, maybe. Yeah, no, it's probably doctor's orders, I think.
We're actually not sitting far from the.
The old man can always come back again.
We're not.
What happened?
No, yeah, about 3 metres from us. Actually, he came up here and hid behind the dugout, and.
Well, close to the defibrillator.
Yeah, he fell just about underneath it. So.
Well, they told me I'd kicked a few off the side. Three or four kicks went off the side of the boot.
Yeah, thought something was wrong.
The alarm bell should have been ringing there and then. I don't usually really happen.
I hope they recharged it, did they? I think they recharged it for the 100-year event they had here.
Well, with that veterans game on, they should have had 3 or 4 of the
because we nearly wore it out on you, so.
Might have to save it for the Koorda Hotel tonight. Tom Groves just get on that bus and get home. He might need it.
I think Gaz might want to go jogging with his son next time he goes.
So the Victoria side here in Koorda. It goes down to who's going to be the best on the ground. One vote for me to Miles Smith. I think Luke's the same. Robbie?
Yeah, look, I think he should be a shoo-in. If he doesn't win it, there should be some sort of inquiry.
I'd have to say or Anderson. Anderson was really good around the ground everywhere he went.
He was, number 4, Troy Anderson, and kicked a couple. But they had winners all over the ground, like I said, down back. Matagga was fantastic. They had won the ruck duels, Rob, fairly convincingly all over the ground as well.
They did, yeah, that's right. Although, give Jesse Booker his dues. He toiled pretty hard for Mucker in that ruck.
Can you bring
young
one?
Fella. I think he's certainly a good find. Keep it up.
Good job by the umpires there.
Dean Margetts, he might give it to he might give it to one of the Eagles boys.
one of those Beacons boys running the boundary in their blue and yellow
shorts.
Alex
Sheed. Brother Dom.
Give it to Sheed. Give it to Dom Sheed. Oh, I mean Alex.
But I think it's been great for him to do it actually, because I mean they did a great job, I reckon. And
before last week, Reece and Dean hadn't umpired together, so.
Can do, thanks, Rick.
Does this go for a year?
Different one, I think. That's that one out there. They just luck out.
Feel this year.
One wins and one doesn't. So I'd like to call up Captain of Mukinbudin if you would to say a few words.
Jezza Shadbolt tried pretty hard.
He did.
Getting to the end of his career probably.
Very honest performance.
Look, thanks to the umpires today. You guys did a great job. You couldn't get away from it. Now, look, so thanks for the year for everyone that was involved in the league. Massive effort every year. Got to say a lot. Lucky, we've got to be proud of ourselves. We didn't get the win today, but we've got a great community around us. We'll celebrate that tonight. Thanks to all the directors, everyone that was involved today. The netball girls did that win as well, so congratulations. Thanks to this, to all our support staff. They've done amazing all year. held me and watched all of you guys together. So we're very appreciative. Cam as well, thanks mate. Cheers.
Thanks, Chris. Every year we have an award that goes to the best player in the grand final, and I'd like to ask Mrs. Shirley McTaggart to come up with an award. Trophy for the best player in the grand final.
Who's this going to be, lads?
Well, well.
No one picked it.
No one picked it.
He was handy though. He was very good.
He was early.
How many goals did he
Kicked
get?
3.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
But the judges, umpire sees something, so. Well done, beautiful words.
Yep. The old Ben Cubbin girl.
Brian Fleeton, kick 3.
We couldn't play the game without the umpires, and it's been a great day. And for the first time we tried 3 umpires, and look, I think it worked pretty well. And I'd like to now call up the umpires, and it's not exactly the MCG, Dan, but well done anyway. And if you'd like to go forward,
Cheers.
I'd like to present you guys with a medal for...
Oh, thanks, mate. Too often you get Dean
Goal
Marquez
umpire.
to have a
Say a
umpire
few
the
words.
game. Unbelievable.
He's got to come back next year to get the golden whistle.
Yeah.
Really
Pinch it off his brother.
He's fairly let himself go since he retired, though.
He should be. He might come out here and get a game for Ben Cubbin, I think.
Couldn't catch him.
The captain here, Ryan
That's good,
Edwards.
Edwards. Kick 1.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Mucka. It's always a fair game against you boys, and it's always a good game. So thanks, you've been a great club. I think you're in all the grand finals today, all 3 divisions. So really well done, and you should be proud of the club that you have. To Koorda and the boys, it's been one hell of a journey. You know, we stuck together for I don't know how many years. We've been lucky enough to work and have a bit of success, and today we've got it done again. Thanks to the club, thanks to everyone for coming, umpires, and drink, well done.
I'd now like to call up the President of the Country Football League, Mr. John Wheatbelt, to help us present the medals. Thanks, John. Did you want to say a few words?
Oh, you might have bloody worn him out, have you, Johnny? Doesn't want to talk.
Nah, I did wore him out.
Normally he would grab a opportunity.
Number 2, Grandad, Chad Green.
Young blokes in their phones, eh?
Good score.
Number 4, Troy Anderson. Number 5, Bo Harris. Number 6,
Yeah, sorry, everyone. The speeches aren't coming through the live stream. There's a few people asking
Okay.
if they can hear the live stream. Yeah, they just... the Ted McTaggart medal went to Ron Fleeton.
Yeah, number 11, kick 3.
Yep, kicked 3 goals and yeah, he was everywhere today. So
It was a pretty hard pick, wasn't it, Luke? But
This bloke.
so yeah, now the Koorda have just been presented their medals. It's going to be a big night, Koorda.
15, Damien Thacker. Number 16,
Yeah, they're rattling through. Just the call out from Smudge Shane Cummings. He's over in over east. He coached Koorda when he's
good player too, good
Great
bloke
player.
too.
Yeah,
Ripping
no.
bloke.
Not many people don't know.
Smudge.
Yeah, Smudgy.
Yeah, no,
Everyone knows
Every time
him.
you bump into him in the bar, it gets a little bit dangerous. So is he watching? Is he?
Yeah, he is. He's over in back in Victoria. He's decided to go back. But he,
G'day, Smudgy.
He's
Not
have
not
a
that
shout
it's
out.
usually the MCG or something.
yeah, no, he's
Might be steering clear of that joint at the moment.
There's McTaggart, he was sensational. So is this kid, Smythe, kicked 6. Unlucky
he was
not
a bit
to win the
robbed,
medal.
really.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have to be dead to be stiff, they reckon.
Kicked 6 and didn't win it.
Number 26,
Brother of Dom.
number 28, step out, Liam Ellis.
Pretty even, well-built squad of footballers there. Everyone's
Absolutely.
getting up. They're all pretty fit. There's no obvious passengers.
Well, that's about where we're going to leave it here. Being a very good effort here by Koorda. They've won the Central Wheatbelt 2021 Grand Final. 23-12 Koorda, Mukinbudin at 5-17. I'd like to thank Luke Yates and also Robert Brakel for providing the special comments and commentary this afternoon, lads. Very good company, good fun. It's good evening, a good afternoon here, and hope to see you guys next year. It's been a pleasant afternoon. Take care.
Sounds great.
Thanks,
Cheers, boys.
Cam. Loved every minute of it.